have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing an air conditioner, but thankfully, there's HomeAdvisor. HomeAdvisor helps me find the best home pros in my area to handle any kind of project. You can read reviews of the pros, check their availability, even book appointments online. And what my wife loves most is that HomeAdvisor is completely free to use.
Go to HomeAdvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
HomeAdvisor. Looking for the right bank? Experience the difference at Southern States Bank. We're not just your bankers, we're your partners. Southern States Bank, your community, your bank. SouthernStatesBank.net. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 410611.
McDonald here from Cowie the Force. Cowie the Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowietheforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Keep your home safe with home scan inspections. Our licensed and accredited professionals know exactly what to look for in order to prevent safety hazards and costly defects that may be found in your home. Ask about our free roof and termite inspections to ensure all areas are covered. Visit homescaninspector.com.
Good morning. Hey, how's everybody doing? I did not get it. I told you I did not get it, buddy. They have not responded whether they would send one or not. What's up, Zig? How you doing, Matt? Good morning.
Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. is Wishbone Fried
It's True Crime Thursday, guys.
Bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken.
True Crime Thursday.
Sweet A here in New.
Hey there, folks. Looking for the top expert in Medicare, health insurance, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Big Charmaine.
Colonel Mustard did it in the library with the lead pipe. True Crime Thursday. Yes, we'll have Elizabeth Sarles is in our final period this morning. Unsolved Homicide in Small Town USA. Plus, we'll have a few true crime news stories throughout the morning. And I'm going to try to get you an update from AEW last night, baseball, as well as we got the Stanley Cup playoffs beginning, game 3 tonight, and the Boston Celtics could take the series in one more game. Hello there. Hey, San. Hey, San. Nice crime stories. Yeah, Zig. And again, RW, no, I didn't get any Cody Rhodes stuff. So I said it twice, so you know. Timothy Little, are you the racist prick that was saying something the other day that Shane laughed when he said, why would you even say that stupid stuff? Take your good hand. What are you doing, Timothy? Man, you're just jealous. You're just jealous that your mama told you were handsome and you went out there and somebody and the girls told you she was lying to you. My mommy said I'm good looking. No, don't be disrespectful. I don't know who you're talking about. Scary movie. Well, you ain't gonna say I look like the doofy guy because I don't, you dumb piece of trash. We're not gonna get into that this morning. I'm about tired of uneducated people. They quit school. They go out here and somebody bends them over, gives them a job they want. They kiss their butt. Yeah, whatever. He's out. I got to deal with the intelligent people. He's gone. What's up, Zig? You got to go to sleep. Well, your parents, you have to do what your parents say. Sorry about that. Toby, good morning, Toby, my brother, my friend, my good partner in crime. And Matt is back, one of our top our star players. Good morning. Thomas, what's up, brother? Ben, my man, you can call anytime before the last hour. So you can call in the second period if you're on or whatever. I was going to try to get with you because I think you wanted to come on. So I'll give that number out for you, buddy. What's up, BK on the air? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am the RyanORadio Penitentiary with Real Radio in Atlanta. Let's kick this off. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm the one, the only Ryan O'Neal, and of course, tell him, Triple H. Oh, I'm the game. That's right, baby. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. Kicking it off in period number 1, 3 periods of nonstop play of sports, entertainment, and more. We've got a True Crime Thursday kicking you off this morning. Elizabeth Sarles joins us, the author of the Birthday Bash in the final period. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we got coming up for you 50,000 plus of you on the World Wide Web on the Shoutcast, the RyanORadio media page, Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, the Navajo Nation, across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and 99.1 FM WQEE in Atlanta. And that's the home of Southern Sports, Inspirational Talk, and more. It's about 11 minutes past the hour of 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And to my haters, listen up, Timothy Little. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. Good morning. Thank you from Canada. We'll appreciate that. I'm a big FM fan. Thank you, guys. Matt, Ben, Thomas is on with us. We've got Toby Price, my man, Toby Price on. Of course, good morning. I'm still say hello to Zig. He had to get off because his mom told him to. He had to go to bed. And she probably was like, oh, you can't be watching all that. It's time to go to bed. You can't be doing that. They canceled my traffic control for today, so I'm at the General Motors watching new cars today. Well, Matt, you must have been off yesterday because everybody was missing you and asking for you. And I don't know how to theme YOZ. I'm a Christian, so I do not discriminate. I'm a follower of Christ. Let me get that one right. I don't want to say Christian because some of them got bad names. I'm a follower of Christ, so I don't judge anyone. So I support anyone for who they want to support, just like I support the people in here that don't support it. So, no hate from me whatsoever because that's the way God said to be. But I don't say that if somebody disagrees with you on that you should be mad at them. So, and I'm talking about some of my listeners there. Good morning, going out to TYD joining us on the feed. Sweet Leaf, Bob, Tim, Sue, and everybody on the Navajo Nation. Rodney K is with us. You were doing traffic control yesterday. Okay. He couldn't watch while he was doing traffic control. Everybody was worried about you though. Christopher, good morning to you. Nice to see you again, my brother. And thank you, Ben, for saying amen there. There you go. We will be talking about coming up a 1,600-year-old fragment identified as the oldest writing account of Jesus Christ's childhood. We're going to get into that this morning. Also, I'll try to get our daily devotion. It's True Crime Thursday, and we're going to talk true crime news stories from Alec Baldwin being back in trouble again to the ex-cop that was in Epstein's cellmate. Woo-wee! We'll get into those stories and a few other funny stories and true crime stories this morning. And Elizabeth Sarles from the author of the Birthday Bash will join us as we talk about another unsolved homicide in small town USA where everybody knows your name. They know your mom and them, and they all know all that stuff. Yeah, we're going to do a little basketball news for you this hour and probably go into the next hour. And Stanley Cup playoffs game 3 tonight. But those Boston Celtics, what can you say about them, man? We'll talk about that in just a few. And I'll give you a little AEW for my wrestling fans out there. Now, RW is not an AEW guy. He's a WWE guy. So he probably wouldn't want to care. He probably wouldn't care if I said anything. RW, one of our kids that listen to us worldwide. Did you guys have a hot pursuit yesterday in Atlanta? We did the other day. And that got caught. That's probably going to be in my news this morning, too. Put that on the WQEE page, ladies and gentlemen, for you to see. Zarley's back. There you go. And I'm gonna try to get to that news story sometime this morning as well. So we got a lot to talk about on this True Crime Thursday. Great guest, and welcoming everybody in that's been with us. And we appreciate you guys who hooked on the show. I appreciate that. You're in the penitentiary. You're in lockdown right now. So anybody asks you where you're at, you're like, I'm in lockdown. Just tell everybody you're in lockdown in the RyanORadio Penitentiary. They'll get really, really whacked out about it. What? Plus, we're hoping that some of the ones we had on yesterday come back, too. They said they were coming back, and we know we'll see them all the way up from New York. We had northern New York on with us, upper New York with us on yesterday and everything. So since it's True Crime Thursday, you remember the old Clue game? Most of you do. They even got new versions of it, and they even got it on. I remember when they put it on the first time they put it on the computer and everything like that. And then they had the Clue movie. So the Clue game where you found out who did it, like Colonel Mustard did it in the library with the candlestick or the pistol. Well, when you were playing that game, when you played that game Clue, which of these weapons did you find the most? Which of these weapons did you find the most? The pistol, which is 38% so far. The lead pipe, which was 18%. They had poison in there too, by the way, but they only gave me 4 choices on here. Candlestick, 23%, and the dagger at 31%. And it was Miss Peacock, Colonel Mustard, and all that good stuff. And I remember them doing the movie version of it. So far, answer the poll question, that's a pretty cool one. I haven't slept for 3 days. No, why? You got to get some sleep. You're probably young. That's it. You're just young and hip. Young people can stay up. Us old people, by the time it hits 7 o'clock, it's like, it's time to get ready for bed. I got to watch Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I hate to hear it. That hopefully you can get something done about that. Zarley. I'm hoping I remember that. Yep. Woo. That's not a very good thing to do, but woo. Plus, trauma has made me scared of sleep. Oh man. Count sheep. That might work. Wow. You probably do need to see a mental health expert. And I tell you what, I'll ask our professional who's here on Wednesdays about how that can help out. He can give some advice because he is a mental health expert. We have a therapist on the radio every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right. We do a little everything here. All right, before we get into anything else, 18 minutes past the hour. It's currently 73 degrees in the Atlanta market, high near 91. Hitting a hot one today, but not as hot as it's going to be towards Friday and Saturday. My goodness, the weekend's going to be hot. Low near 72. We were just complaining about how cold it was. Now it's going to get hot. Toby, you can quit. I did after 33 years. Cannabis is God's plant. That might help out with some people. I don't do it, but some of my listeners do. And I'm not a judgmental person, just like I told the person earlier asking about the trans right. I'm not a judgmental person on anything. And yes, it does work. Oh, yeah, 14. She's 14. She can't do that, but she does need to you could probably get a therapist, go to a therapist or a mental health expert, as they're called, the ones that like Dr. Lewis Boynton here. You can speak with him. You can even sign up with him online, and he can talk with you there. And if you're afraid to actually go in somewhere or something like that, you can go on there and get some experts and stuff and see if they're in your network too. So that would be cool for you. I pray that over this young lady today, she's been doing a good job coming in here, young lady. we know she's got a future and everything. God, we pray for this, for her to be able to get some good sleep and take away all that fear in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. You may or may not believe that, but I do it for you anyway. Thomas says he takes care of that. Hey, Sweet Leaf over there on the Navajo Nation, all my Navajo Nation people, I got some people in here you guys can hang out with in the feed. They're like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sweet Leaf's like, there you go. You're welcome, Zarly. You're welcome. I've never seen a white person before. It's nice to meet. A white person? Where's a white person at? Where's one at? You guys see a white person? Thank you. Okay. All right. You're very welcome, Zarly. Toby says, yes. Yes, where? Oh, when you look in the mirror, guys. You know, I got a little Native American in me. That's why I'm on the Navajo Nation, because they kind of like me. Sweet Leaf's like, what? Somebody said you look like a white person? What's wrong with him? JK. Yeah, I'm light-skinned Native American, right, guys? Sue says, that's right, brother. Ma'am, I do got some Semino Indian in me. But I appreciate that. If that was a joke, that was a messed up joke. But if it was like for real, we're sorry about that. Toby, that's different cigarettes. I don't do any, but we know the master healer, Jesus. Amen. Amen. All right, guys, we're going to jump into some news here. You get the Boston Celtics. Let's do this right quick. I want to drop in a couple of sports news. The Celtics took game 3 last night. It looks like Boston could win this series. If Mavericks come back, they haven't been looking too good. I mean, it's time. They're like, hey, they're saying it's not over yet. I understand it's not over. They're going to have to win the next 3 games for you to make it a best of 7. Because if the Celtics win the next game, it's over. They got the championship. Do you guys think the Celtics are going to take this one? The Boston Celtics took game 3 over the Mavericks and one more game away from Boston taking a championship home. 106-99 last night. Next game coming up very, very shortly. Also tonight, the Oilers and the Panthers, game 3, as the Panthers have 2-0 lead in that series. They're in Canada. This is going to be a good one. Canadian fans are excited. The ones that are Oiler fans really are, except for Flames. I think Flames fans are the only ones that are like not really caring that the Oilers are winning. All the other Canadian team fans are like, well, I guess as a Canadian team, we'll go for it. Flames are like, no, sorry. No, we're still going to just pull for we're still just going to pull for Florida. And poor Rod with his wife, she's an Oilers fanatic, and they both live in Florida now. But he's on the road trip for the Rod Peterson show, and he's got a lot of great activities. He deals with the Florida Panthers big time. They're friends with him. He goes to all the games and stuff like that. They do a podcast, Cats and Bolt podcast, he and his wife. But buddy, if the Panthers win this series, he's going to be glad that he's gone all summer long. By the time he gets back, he won't be sleeping on the couch. I'm picking Rod. I'm picking. Maybe not. Oh, I forgot to tell you some myth about myself that makes me not sleep. Oh, wow. Boston going down, said Thomas. He's throwing the R down, but hey, there you go. They're still probably going to win it. I think Matt McGee of the Armchair Quarterbacks and the Braves Country Radio that comes on weekdays at 3 p.m., he's going to be proud because he's a Boston Celtics guy. He'll be probably putting it all over his page. Like, wait, this is a Braves Country Radio show. It's about Atlanta sports. Like, nah, I talk other sports too. Okay, I get it. Anyway, Toby Price says hockey throwing popcorn at the TV. Toby, trivia for y'all today. Did you know? This is the listener takeover at the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, for all of our listeners out there that are listening, talking to it sweetly. It's like, man, I'm loving this chat we got today. You got a lot of Smokies over there. Oh yeah. Zarly says, ever since I was 3, I've been able to see deceased people. So I see my mother every time I sleep. She calms me. but I see another person too. Ooh, well, I tell you what, in the name of Jesus Christ, we'll pray over you that you get only protection when you see your mother as you grow older, and keep her in your heart and in what you are seeing. And we pray the evil away from you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Sorry about that, but I did that. Had to do that. 14-year-old child. Can't let that child be damaged anymore. All right, back to the rest of you. If you can pronounce my name right, I'll sub. Oh! Is that T-Y? No, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce it, bro. You're probably right. You're not gonna sub. Thank you anyway. I'm just gonna say, T-Y, what's up? 250 degrees. What? God bless you, my friend. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, all you guys. Really, man, I've learned something new every day. There you go. All right, a little sports news for you. I had to get that out of the way. You subbed anyway? Well, I appreciate that. At least I admitted I couldn't say your name right. Other people are like, well, I just don't care. And that's why T.Y. is like, that's why I'm not subbing with you. You don't care. Thank you, my friend. All right. A couple of headline news we're going to dive into. Let's go ahead. It's day 251 there in the a conflict going on between Israel and Hamas. They are trying their best to shut this thing down. It's in Hamas's hands right now. 4 troopers killed in a trap building as fires raged on in central Gaza. U.S. dismissed claims that Gaza and others had used dangerous weapons to hold off in the IDF hostage rescue mission. Hamas says they have been standing orders to kill hostages if IDF does approach them. Wow, that's the Israel Defense Force if they do. We'll keep them in our prayers this morning as well. You are very welcome, Zarly. You are, young lady. And you can definitely have your best mental health. You definitely can. I'm glad I was able to kind of help out on that. I appreciate that. All right, that's one of the things to talk about there when we come back from the break. A 1,600-year-old fragment identifying as the oldest writing of Jesus Christ's childhood. We'll talk about that. Plus some true crime this morning. Alec Baldwin is back in trouble, more legal troubles for the comedian and one of the Baldwin brothers, as well as the ex-cop who was roomies, cellmates with Jeffrey Epstein before Epstein's suicide. We'll tell you, he's being charged and sentenced for killing and kidnapping, drug dealing charges during a time that he was doing a drug deal. So we'll tell you much more about that this morning. And the daily doom crook of the day coming up for you in the next period. Plus, in our final period of play, ladies and gentlemen, you and I are going to talk about it. We got Elizabeth Sarles coming up. The Unsolved Homicides of Small Town USA, the author of The Birthday Bash, will join us with another unsolved homicide. UCLA police arrested 25 protesters attempting to set up a pro-Palestinian encampment near UCLA. Also issued a 14-day stay away order from the university and its property and everything around it. FBI, ladies and gentlemen, say that violent crimes have dropped across the United States, except for, only one violent crime, which is the election. Oh, I don't like you. No, I don't like you. Oh, I'm going to make people mad. Oh, well. And ladies and gentlemen, just like we said, we'll put it in here for you. These are some of the headline news you can read for yourself. Southern Baptists reject ban on women pastors and elect a new president. Thank goodness on that. Custom credits agents for spotting some unusual anomalies on a ship And then what they found, $4 million worth in cocaine, customs did, and the custom agents did. And NATO heads says Hungary won't veto support for Ukraine, but will not participate. We'll talk more. You can read those stories and more on your WQEE Facebook page. Woo, thanks for exploring and explaining. Yep, we got a lot of stuff for you, covered for you after the break. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. What's up, John? Violent crimes, they don't include immigrants or down. Yeah, they didn't include that, John. We had that happen in Georgia with that young nursing student that we prayed for. You know, anytime a kid gets hurt, I really get angry about it. Anytime something's wrong with a kid, I really get angry about it because they are our future, and we've got to do things to be more for them. They are saying crimes are down because it's an election year. Well, that's the biggest crime. You're right, Christopher. It is. That's why they're saying it. And, you know, as we get into the summer, watch the prices go down. Gas is going to look good. Boy, we'll be able to get that steak for $2. We'll be able to get 3 or 4 steaks for $2. We all know the deal. On both sides of the aisle know the deal, and us in the middle know the deal. We all in America know the deal, but we'll take advantage of it. I will take advantage of it. I don't care. Drop it for a few months. I'll take advantage of it. Thank you, Thomas, for subscribing. For sure. Hook, line, and sinks. You got that right. What's up, John? My brother's on with us this morning. Cocaine Bear says, Matt. Woo! That's it. We're going to a few things to talk about here. But here's our poll question this morning. Since it is True Crime Thursday, John just popped up a few back. That's a money bust. There you go. True crime. When playing the game Clue, everybody knows this game. Majority of you do. They had a movie about it and all that kind of stuff. Probably so. I don't think I agree with you on that one, Joe. I mean, John, I agree on that one. When playing the game Clue, which of these weapons did you find the most? 35% of you said pistol. 15% of you said lead pipe. Candlestick, 25% of you, and the dagger is 25%. I wanted to have a fun one this morning that had it, and not just all death and all the time. Hey, come on now. You're not going to be messing up over here, computer, or if you are, woo, we're in trouble. I know you're not that. I know she's 14, guys. Be respectful. Like we asked with RW's 12. We know this game because we're old. And Zarly says, I'm a child. I'm not old. Nope, she don't know the game, but she probably knows the game. She's probably heard of it before. But the rest of us are old. Yeah, we're old people. About 7 o'clock, we start getting ready to go. It's time to go to bed, boy. Let's watch that Wheel of Fortune and go to sleep. Take our medication. That's only people in their 40s and 50s. That's the Generation Xers who used to stay up all night and go watching Raw all night and going to Metallica concerts or whoever you went and saw. Back in a moment. Oh, thank you for telling us all that. That's sweet. Oh, Toby is a hairstylist. Woo! I looked out then, didn't I? As the show grows, I'm going to need a hairstylist. I have to have a whole crew of people. Well, the show's growing online, but yeah. FBI watched the chat. Someone just announced young. Now, some of the people are 19 and 20, Zarly. Some of the people are like RW is 12. Some of the people are 15, 16. I don't know how you guys are getting in here because I block it on this page. I guess I'm not going to ask you because I don't want to ask, but I just kind of try to keep it relevant. Buzz cut. That's all I can do. Oh, no. Well, you will learn as you grow. Thomas says he's bald, so you couldn't get him. Toby said, I'm 45. I'm old. Oh, yeah. You start watching Wheel of Fortune and eating cereal at 7 o'clock, 7:30. Time for bed. Let me get my medication. I'm just kidding. No worries, young lady.
Look no further than CP Financial. Big Charmaine, trusted agent. Charmaine works with multiple companies, ensuring you get the options.
All right. I think. Oh, my true crime. We're going to get into that. When people are announced young in chats, usually pervs will say nasty things to young ones. Yep. Well, we don't have any pervs in this one. None of you guys are perverts. We get rid of. That's why I get rid of some of these people in here, John. Whether they agree on the left or the right side or whatever, when they start coming in and baiting or start saying things, I start thinking about the young kids that are watching this, and I go, all right, we got to get rid of them because and none of you guys are nasty that are in here. Y'all never say anything disrespectful. That's why we take care of them. We watch out for them. And that's the only way we can, John, like we were talking about the other day, laying the smack down on people that anyway, well, I won't get back into that. But you know what we were talking about the other day, John. I'm 57 on Monday. Ouch. Well, happy 57th birthday on Monday. Make sure you're in the feed and I'll say happy birthday to you. July 18th will be your birthday. My birthday month is this month. You're fine. You're fine in here, Zarly. Your parents will be happy you're in here. They'll be like, that's cool. We keep it clean. My birthday is at the end of this month, guys. Let's see. Gino Planet, good morning. Good to listen to you to psych me up for the stock market today. You got it. You're going to make money, brother. And when you do, just drop some in the feed for me. Help a brother out. Now we're fathers and grandfathers here. Most people are, and that's why it's going to be respectful. That's right. That's right. Well, she knows what's going on too, Zarly. That's why she's around. I saw someone had a hat, made pedo afraid again. Make pedo afraid again. If they got one of those, brother, I want one too. I like that. Make pedos afraid again. I like that. We got John and everybody in the feed this morning before we get back into the regular news. Good morning, everybody. Couple of things I want to say. First of all, when you played the clue game, which of these weapons did you guys find the most? Pistol with 33%, 14% with the lead pipe, candlestick with the 29%, and the dagger at 24%. John told me that he saw somebody with a hat that said, make pedos afraid again. We all need to be running around with those on. I like that. Yeah, we need to make them afraid again. Me, John, the whole crew in here. Come on, we want to come talk to us. Come talk to the inmates in the penitentiary. Yeah, pedos. Gino said, when I get rich, I won't forget the kind people who motivated me when I was down. You're definitely so, Gino Planet. God bless you this morning, brother. Lock them up. That's right, Christopher. Lock them up. Or just send them out to John's neck of the woods. John's like, no. Well, yeah. And the police are like, we didn't hear what you guys said. We didn't hear that. We have to protect their rights. So we didn't hear what you guys said. You're right. Lock them up, brother. That's JD on YouTube. Wow. There's somebody on YouTube that does that. Wow. Can you not hear on your phone? There you go. Oh, you were talking to somebody else. Sorry about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump back into it. No California catch from Reese pedos. Oh, yeah, you live in Cali. Well, you can have a good neighborhood watch, John, if you know what I mean. And I'm sure there's people that's on the police force in your neck of the woods be like, yes. This is a good group of people. And we got to go back over here while you take care of business. Believe me, don't in the South is it, yeah, you're just not gonna make it out of the woods if you're a pedo. Boy, you sure do have a pretty mouth. Mm-hmm. That's how we handle business around here, boy. Hey, it's just a Southern thing. John may be in California, but he's Southern as us. We protect our own. That's right, Matt. Captain Hot Buns! Skateboarding injury put him out where he finally had got an operation on his knee, and he's back with us this morning. Kicking. There you go. Zarly, there you go. Protect our own. That's right. All right, let's jump into it. Speaking of this, man, this is pretty cool right here. A recent manuscript dating back to the 4th or 5th century is stored at a university library in Hamburg, Germany, has been identified by researchers as the most earliest writings and surviving accounts of Jesus Christ as a child. Oh, that JD, what they said on that hat, on the hat is on YouTube. I'm going to check him out then. You got to get me one of those hats. Our findings on this late great Greek copy of work confirm that the current assessment that of the Gospel of John was originally written in Greek, and of course, according to a university professor and psychologist there is telling more about it in Belgium. So this is pretty cool. I'm gonna check this out. I'm glad you're feeling a lot better, Captain Hot Buns. You got to say it like that. So it's pretty cool. The small fragment, which is measured just over 4 inches by 2 inches, contains 13 lines of Greek letters in the late ancient Egyptian fonat, or as they would say. The language contained in everyday documents, such as a private letter or a shopping list, because it's handwritten so clumsy, just like maybe his mother, Mary, wrote it or something. Wow. That seems pretty cool. Captain K, he's like Captain K, man. That's right. So that's pretty cool, man. I'm looking at it. These ancient writings. I'm glad somebody can read that Egyptian. I wouldn't be able to. I'd like to. And the Southern Baptists have decided they're going to elect a new president. Uh-oh. Some of these Southern Baptists are going to get mad now, man, because, ladies and gentlemen, we're about 15 minutes away from the top of the hour, almost 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're holding at 73 degrees under kind of sunny skies out there in the metro Atlanta area. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Mike and the crew can exterminate and lay the smack down for you. Sweet Leaf says, tell us more about them Southern Baptists. Good morning, Doc Brown from down under in Australia, as well as good morning to 12. Woohoo! Yeah, he's like Captain K, man. That's exactly right, John. Southern Baptists reject the ban on women pastors, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Now, some of these elder statesmen are like, it's not 1874 anymore. Why can't we have the 1874 mindset? Because we don't. We don't like pedos, and we don't like disrespecting children and women and children. And the Southern Baptist Convention, which there's never been anything in that like they are in Rome, but we're not going to get into all that. But anyway, the Southern Baptist Convention, as of yesterday, voted against the proposal. The church says to amend the restrict women serving as a pastor. On the same day, they elected a new president as well. The vote during the SBC's annual meeting, which was held in Indianapolis. Why can't they go to the beach or something? Okay, they just had one for my church, and all the United Methodist Church has had them, and they went to Montgomery, Alabama. I mean, come on, really? Let these pastors meet in the beach somewhere, okay? Let them take their families somewhere. They work hard. Why Indianapolis? No offense to you guys in Indiana, but the beach would have been more fun, right? I don't know what JD means. I think it's somebody on the internet there. Alexander Davis, Ninjas in Paris. Oh, I like that. Sounds like a good name for a movie. Anyway, back to what I was saying. They rejected a push by more of the elder statesmen and faction of the FBC in the congregations that have female pastors, and remove them as a part of the Southern Baptist Association and gain more influence within their churches. So, but the vote after 2 years of a dispute comes at the growth of many women with the Southern Baptist Association, which is one of the nation's largest denominations in the world. The SBC has approved the amendment and passed it on. So, and they got him a brand new president as well. Join the Confused Club. Oh, what are you guys confused about? The JD? Oh. Toby, tell them who it is if you, because I don't know. Anyway, they elected Pastor Clinton Presley as a new president, and he was voted 56% with 4,244 votes, a total against Spencer, the incumbent, with 44% of the votes. Wow. He is a senior pastor at the Hickory Grove Baptist Church in Charlotte, North Carolina, and was elected over the First Baptist Church in another part of Tennessee, over the First Baptist Church of Tennessee's senior pastor, Dan Spencer. So looks like it was taken care of there. So that's a couple of things going on in the world of that. All right. Thank you for putting that on there, Thomas and Toby, because everybody's like, hey, I'm confused. Who's this you guys talking about? But don't go find him until after the show is over, because I don't want you guys leaving. Don't leave. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. What the heck is going on here? When we return on the show, we're closing out. Woohoo! Woohoo! Not in here. We treat our ladies like they're queens. That's right. Because they are. Back in a moment. Oh, we're putting you in the penalty box. Hold off here. I don't want you guys getting into it until after the break. I'm picking. When playing the game Clue, guys, this is our poll question this morning. Which of these weapons did you find the most? 36% of you all so far say it's the pistol. 14% say you found the lead pipe. 27% always the candlestick, and 23% the dagger. That's it. Back in a moment. Just saw his short about 500 serial killer truck drivers. I'd like to see that. Back in a moment. I like that. I'm gonna look him up today sometime. But you stay on with me till after it's over. It's all right. No worries about it. Relaxing reality escape. Ooh, that sounds like a travel agent or a good name for a radio show. Relaxing reality escape. No, the baseball bat's not an option. I don't think there was a baseball bat included. The lead pipe was the closest. They also had poison, which not many people used. As we know, most of the time, we played the game right the first couple of times. Then we decided, well, we like these weapons better. So, and we like Colonel Mustard. He's going to kill everybody. Sort of kind of like an escape room. The original version of it in a video. It's not a video. They did have a video game for Clue, and they had a movie for Clue. But go look it up when you get a chance for our young audience. It was a fun game we played. It was almost like playing detective. You get this little files. One person would pick. You had a couple of files or something. You would mix up the cards with the characters, the weapons, and the room that they were in. And you pick it out. Nobody looking. You put 1, 2, 3 in a file, and you would go around and play the game and try to guess who did what in what room. Colonel Mustard killed Miss Peacock in the library with the pistol. For those who don't know, the young people. As old people are like, hey, I remember that game. You used to play it all the time. Yeah, we had board games back in the day. Molly, I love 50 what? CAL. Oh. Love board games, yeah. No, it was you were playing detective, and you were the detective to find out which of the dinner guests, because what it is, Zarly, what it is it's a guest. They were all invited to a so-called mansion. It's a board game, so-called mansion, and you had to find out which guest killed one of the other guests, and in which room. You had a library, you had a kitchen, you had different rooms. So, and it was just a board game. It was fun. Used to be fun. Now with all the stuff we got out today, video games kill it. Maybe they'll redo Clue and put it on the video game format again. They did it back in the ding, 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 ding. Kind of like Monopoly in a way too. If you played Monopoly. All right, Thomas. Know you got to work, brother. Have a good night and a great rest.
Radio show where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newton, Georgia.
You got that right. It's all old, you know what? All right, this morning, our poll question has to do with Clue, since we are doing True Crime Thursday. We got some true crime news stories this morning. We got a lot of votes so far. Go ahead and keep voting, guys. When playing the game Clue, which of these weapons did you find the most? 39%, leading with the pistol. Lead pipe comes in at 14%. The candlestick took 25% of the vote so far, and the dagger took 21%. Up there roads. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and reboot this here while we're on there. Bring that up. All right, cool. Take care, Thomas, for sure. Good morning to you. All right, coming up still, we're going to talk about Alec Baldwin is in more trouble. Yep, he's got more legal woes after all the shootings that have happened. After the shooting on the Rush, I should say, the killing of 2 people on the Rush set in New Mexico. He's got more troubles coming. Plus, the ex-cop who was a drug dealer who kidnapped and killed 3 or 4 people is being sentenced for that. And you know who used to be roommates with? Jeffrey Epstein. Before Epstein killed himself. So is this cop a hero or not? Because he was his cellmate. You do what with young girls? All right, son, wrap this around you. I'm not saying he's a good guy. The judge said, you're a terrible guy. Sometimes it takes a terrible human being to take out an even worse human being. Because all of us are too good of people. Anyway, we'll talk all about that. Can't wait to hear about Alex. I know. Alec Baldwin. Can't wait to talk about him. Alec Baldwin. Oh, yeah. So we'll get into that, and some other true crime news for you. We'll get some other true crime news for you. Hey, I'm confused and I feel like I'm 5 years old. I don't feel like that. It's all good. All right. We got all this stuff going on. We're going to talk about a couple other true crime stories, and Elizabeth Sarles will join us in the final period. Unsolved Homicide in small town USA, where everybody knows your name. They know your mom and them, and they know everything about you, but they don't know who killed you. We'll talk about that in the final period. One that had something to do with Crook County into Chambers County there, and all the clues, and the update on that as the family continues to let us talk about it. 4 big cases have been solved since Elizabeth Sarles has joined the morning show here at the RyanORadio Penitentiary, and we have started solving crimes. We're kind of the clue. We're kind of the homicide hunter here, and 4 cases have been solved since she has started this series with us a few years back. So we'll continue doing it. Epstein is pure evil. You got that right. And that's why I feel like it. That's why I tell everybody, I don't care whether he killed himself or somebody else killed him. You know, and God, I know I'm not supposed to be this way and hating, but the guy was, like Christopher said, pure evil. So, you know, I'm not one of those conspiracy people, whether if you tell me he was killed by somebody or if he killed himself, I'm going to be like, good. Either way. Good. He got what he deserved. What he did to all them young girls that ended up going to Hollywood, and all the people that were on that list on the left and the right side, and the only one that anybody is really dislike. Everybody else is like, well, you know, I like so-and-so's movies, so we might have to give him a pass or give her a pass. But then but her might have been one of the women that were victimized. We might have to give him a pass. But wait, Prince Andrew, we can hate him all day. Because he admitted, unlike the rest of them, like, hey, look, I'm a piece of trash. Bloody A, I'm a bloody piece of trash, bloody A. And in London, they're not like defending him. Like, he's in the royal family. Well, I like him. He's in the royal family. They're like, nah, man, he's a piece of. Logan Paul, where you been? He's a piece of work. Good night. We love you too, Logan Paul Jr. We appreciate you being with us, brother, young man. All right. I hear the bell ringing. For whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. And also, a little Metallica. Back in a moment.
Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
Okay, so Domino's perfect combo includes 2 medium one-topping pizzas, 16 Parmesan bread bites, 8 cinnamon twists, and a 2-liter of Coke. Today we're on the street asking real people how much they think it all costs. All of it? All of it. $44 or $45? $34.99. The 2 pizzas are probably 10 each.
75.
What if I told you that this Domino's perfect combo is only $19
Hey, where's the news? I put the news in here.
I'm pretty handy around the house, but
My computer threw the news out. Don't be throwing the news out. It's more important than you.
But thankfully, there's Home Advisor. Home Advisor helps me find the best home pros.
Threw the weather out. What the heck?
You can read reviews of pros, check their
We'll
availability.
do that right here. This will work.
Online. And what my wife loves most is that Home
Jeez.
Advisor is completely free to use.
Go to HomeAdvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
We saw you're moving schools. I can't believe someone would touch you like that. What? What? I'm confused now. I guess I didn't catch whatever was being talked about.
General Merrick Garland's refusal to produce his evidence establishes a clear pattern of obstruction.
The Justice Department has turned over some of the records from the Biden interview with Special Counsel Robert Hur, leaving out audio of the interview with the president. This is Maryland Democrat Jimmy Raskin.
The whole world can read President Biden's interview and his answers unedited. But that's apparently not enough. Now they want to hold the Attorney General in contempt for not turning over the audio tape.
It's unlikely Garland's Justice Department will prosecute him. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Former President Trump will return to Washington, D.C. this week to meet with congressional Republicans.
It got back. It came back. It's on.
The House Republican Conference at the Capitol Hill Club, Republican Clubhouse of Block.
Maybe I just didn't put it in this morning when I was putting together my programming before I went on the air because I had 500 other things going on. That's probably what it was, Matt.
And Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell.
It was probably me that did it.
Also at SRNnews.com.
Scroll up. Okay, I got to scroll up.
Lawsuit against OpenAI.
Okay.
Sorrells tells it- tell the
Well, technically, I'm not in school because I'm moving schools. I'm moving school because people keep touching me. Why they keep doing that? Your daddy ain't whooping their ass yet. I mean, whooping their butt yet. Sorry. Oh, no problem, Logan Paul Jr. Need to go to your daddy and say, Daddy, go whoop him. You'd be like, I'll take care of my little girl.
This is SRN News. 2 missionaries are honored.
Davey Lloyd and his wife Natalie were
Zarlee.
earlier this year when they were murdered by one of the country's newest
Oh, okay.
Now their alma mater, Ozark Bible Institute,
See how fast they go by
scholarship for couples name.
with all the people chatting in here.
Scholarship is an effort to encourage future
If I turn my head away to look at something over here, we done went through 15 other things talking.
Federal judge has struck down as unconstitutional.
And all women are not all. I have to disagree, brother. I love you, Baldwin, but I have to disagree. Not all women are not Amber Heard, and Zarlee is 14. So, but if all women are Amber Heard, does that mean all men are Johnny Depp, satanic and evil? I'm going to run around and pretend to be a gay pirate.
The United States will send Ukraine another Patriot missile system.
He'd be like, "Oi, I'm Johnny Depp. Oh, I'm a pirate. I'm going to run around drunk." Except all mothers. All mothers are not. There you go. I've been suspended for kicking him in the. Maybe he likes you. Maybe that's back in the day. Little boys weren't smart enough. Maybe they're still not because little boys are really not smart. Zarlee. Maybe he was picking on you because he likes you.
President Trump says he'll eliminate taxes on tip income if.
Because look, the male species has never been accused of being intelligent. Look at the two people we got to choose for president. Never mind. Chin up. Chat is super fast. Ryan is doing well to keep up with it. Good for you, said Christopher. Christopher's telling you, good for you, young lady. Woo. Getting hit in them basketballs are not too good. Woo-wee.
www.ryanshelander.org or follow us on Facebook.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location.
I think RFK is still married to some actress, but you said RFK's VP. All women billionaires, check that, are all rich guys' divorces. Like, yeah, probably so. Majority of them. I mean, you can't trust people when you got that kind of money, really. I mean, I don't like a lot of these people that in Congress that really don't care for Hollywood. We've already established that here in RFC. But people take advantage of everybody, their money. So that's probably why she did it. Isn't it a she? I think it's a she, RFK. He must like me too much. Plus he's what? Too young. Oh, he likes you. That's why he's picking on you. Some guys like older women. I don't know how old he is. You're 14. He's younger. Is he the same age as RW? What, 12? Listen, I don't want to know his age if he ain't 12 or 13. But he does like it. We boys are stupid. I'm going to make all the men wear mad. Sorry, men, but I told you I tell the truth. Yeah, when they do that to decent men, I am embarrassed about that too. But all the rich people know what they're getting into. That's why you start off with a woman and keep the same woman when you got nothing. The woman that likes you when you got nothing, and you take her you go all the way to the top making millions. She's not going to take nothing from you. She's already been taking it. All my boys up in here know it's true, but you're right, Bali. I feel bad for them. Oh, he's 11 years old. He does like you. You just tell him you don't want to be touched. Okay? You just tell him this. You're right and privileged for him not to do that. And you go tell your teachers and stuff. We love everybody the same. Bali, I do. I care. I love everybody the same. I don't know. Maybe it is his home or something. Maybe he's got a bad home life. Could be that. Oh, yeah. Well, let's have quiet on the set now. Be quiet, everybody. Here we go. Yes, I came to play. I'll answer your question in a moment as we get into period number 2. Elizabeth Sarles joins us in the final period this morning. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across that RyanORadio media page. Earth, Rock, Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, eh? And finally, the Jordan Communication, a family radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, home of Southern sports and inspirational talk and so much more. We appreciate you guys being with us this morning. If you like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube, that'll work out fantastic for us too. And we've had the best month of May. Let's make June pop higher than May popped. May popped way at the top, 13K plus and more. We want to pop it a little bit more. Plus, ladies and gentlemen, If you want to help a brother out, $ Ryan Shelander. That's RyanShelander. The RyanORadio Penitentiary on the air, locked down. Yeah, I'm the man around here. We thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate each and every one of you. As we've got our poll question up this morning, we'll get into that. It's True Crime Thursday. We're going to talk about Alec Baldwin. I know it's not Alex, it's Alec Baldwin. But I like to make fun of it. But we'll talk about, he's got more legal woes coming around. That shooting on the Rust movie where a director and a photographer were killed, and they still haven't finished that movie. It happened in New Mexico. And I know living on the West Coast, you don't mess in New Mexico. I'll tell you that right now. Heck, during the elections, they always have a third party, and New Mexico always elects a third party president. I'm telling you. Hey, look, Sweet Lee says, that's true. That's true. Hey to you, who NLE is? Oh, I don't know. I hadn't seen them except for earlier, possibly. What's up, Ethan? Thank you for joining us this morning. We got a young lady in here. She's 14. Zarlee is who it is. She was asking a question about, and I was like, maybe the little boy kind of liked her. He's younger. He's doing that. She said, where did he get the abuse from, though? He gets treated like a prince. A lot of times that's an image. And sometimes spoiled kids go a little too far because they think they can. Got to remember, got to watch the old Mean Girls. Got to watch all those shows where the kids are like that. There's always some spoiled kids in it. She's the man. There's always some kind of spoiled kids in it. Yeah, it's just worse in real life. Making them a bobblehead. Ooh. Stand with your head on the phone. I need to get a good picture. Okay. Let's move it over here and see. Hope you were done yet, because I got dead air right here. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do True Crime Thursday. We're going to talk about that, plus an ex-cop that was the cellmate of Jeffrey Epstein is being sentenced to his thing. All right, here we go. Can you do it, Matt? Are you ready? I got a little music going in the background so they don't have any dead air. Good morning. Hello.
You having a good time this morning?
So far, why?
Are we on the air?
We are on the air, yes.
Sounds like you're having a good time in that radio station this morning.
I am, Andrew Planas. I'm trying to.
Picture and everything.
Yeah, they want to make bobbleheads of me. If they can make bobbleheads of me and make me.
You would be a good bobblehead.
Yeah, I already got my head bobbing anyway, right?
Yeah, but you'd make a cute bobblehead.
Oh, I appreciate that. Well, Andrew Planas, I'm going to talk to you in a minute. 13 minutes past the hour. It is 74 degrees, beautiful sunny skies. Time and temperature brought to you by our pest control specialist, Active Pest Control, who takes care of mine and Andrew's home. And they are whether it's summer, winter, spring, fall, they don't care for rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Well, we'll have Elizabeth Sarles coming up in the final period. It is True Crime Thursday. We'll talk some true crime. And we've got Andrew Planas with us this morning. Do you remember the game Clue, Andrew Planas?
Vaguely.
Okay. Where Colonel Mustard did it in the library with the candlestick or the pestle?
Right.
Okay. When playing the game Clue, which
process of elimination.
Exactly. You played a detective. And they made a movie about it and a video game about it. When playing that game, which of these weapons did you find the most? So far, pistol's getting 41% of the votes. The candlestick's getting 24% of the votes. The dagger getting 21% of the votes. The lead pipe, 14% of the votes. And that is only it. That there's more, but it was the only 4 we can get in there. Plus, they got poison. So which one did you find the most?
Seems like I remember the candlestick.
More.
Lead pipe a lot.
Okay. I remember once we figured out the game and we learned how to not play it right, it was always Colonel Mustard killing somebody in the library with a gun. Oh, yeah. So that's the poll question this morning, guys. Drop it in here. Oh, there you go. Drop it in there. All right, we're going to get into some of the true crime in just a few moments. But let me do a little bit of short headline news for everybody. And I'm going to ask you this one. This one's a cool one for you. All right, couple things. Customs agents spotted anomalies on a ship, finding $4 million in cocaine. Also, ladies and gentlemen, a 1,600-year-old fragment identified as one of the oldest writings and the accounts of Jesus Christ's childhood. And the U.S. State Treasury Department sanctions $300 million in aid for Russia's Ukraine war, or $3 billion, I should say. And finally, this morning, this is one that I want to get your opinion on, Andrew. The Southern Baptist Association has got a brand new president, and they voted on yesterday to not restrict women serving as pastors. They were going to get rid of a couple of churches that had women pastors, and the Southern Baptist Association, the older people wanted it to go, but it's been voted and has been shot down, and women can preach in Southern Baptist churches. Your thoughts?
Well, honestly, the whole reason you follow Jesus Christ is to be free.
Right.
Religious laws, and you live by His grace and His mercy every day. So I don't have a problem with it. The only reason you don't see very many women in the New Testament, there was women, believe me.
There you go. Tell them.
But the men were getting beheaded.
Yes.
I mean, just imagine if the Apostle Paul, all the abuse he went through. Imagine what it would have been if he'd have been a woman.
Way worse. We already know.
And their women had children, so they kept the women and children's names
Right.
out of the writings.
Right.
They kind of hint to it in there.
Yep.
But the 2 John is a letter written to a woman who is the pastor of a church. And they did not put her name in there on purpose. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. And look, and men, and I have been in the company of some of the best Bible scholars in the world. I mean,
I know.
They know the Bible backwards and forwards. I mean, they put me to shame when it comes to knowing the Bible. But they get hung up on this women preaching thing. That's what
some of them do.
And they, for some reason, they think it has something to do with women being submissive to men, to their husbands. Right. Well, things have nothing to do with each other.
I don't lose respect. I don't lose respect. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
A woman can be a leader in the church and be submissive to her husband at the same time.
That's what they say. That's what.
I brought it up. I was in a discussion group with some of my peers from Australia one night.
Yep, I remember that.
And I brought it up, and they brought up the issue of women being submissive to men as if that's the excuse for women not to preach. And that's not what that means. Right.
Well, you know what?
Because I said I believe a woman wrote the book of Hebrews, but they left her name out of it on purpose.
You said that.
To
Yes.
protect her.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I think I have no problem with women preaching, and I don't have anybody preaching the Bible to the T. The problem I have is when we start adding to it, and I mean adding to it, like the end of the world's coming because the lizard people are here, and we start putting conspiracy theories and all that stuff in with the Bible. That's when I lose respect for anybody that's preaching. And I don't, and you, to me.
Well, that's been going on since the beginning of time.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that's when I lose that. And so for me to sit here and see the success that the Southern Baptists have grown, allowing to reject a ban on women pastors and getting this new leader, male leader, it to me shows, and it's a male leader, by the way, guys. So
I'm telling you, that's a big step for the Southern
it
Baptist
is.
Association. People don't really realize.
You don't mess with Brother Knuckles.
You don't mess with Deacon Guido.
Deacon Guido, no. The Southern Baptist Association is you don't mess. It is Southern Baptist Mafia. You don't mess with them.
You better not go try to vandalize their church or their Christmas float.
They did that, and somebody did that in LaGrange one year, and then boy, that was the wrrong thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Isn't submission a beautiful thing? Submission is a beautiful thing.
Before they do.
That's it. That's it. All right. Well, 20 minutes past the hour, ladies and gentlemen. We're still holding at 73 degrees. It is June 13th. Wow. We're already at the end of the 13th day of June already.
Yeah, and somebody's birthday is on the 28th.
No, yeah, I know. Somebody's birthday.
Ryan's birthday is on the 28th of June. He'll be 25.
Again.
Again.
I have not changed. I have not changed. I've been 25 every year. I do leap years every year, guys. I leap and leap and leap.
He's been 25 ever since I met him.
I've been leaping every one of them birthdays. Celebrating them, but leaping. Okay, I want to do a daily devotion right quick since we got everybody on and it's time for that. Brought to you by Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue, here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Every Sunday morning, outside service is 9 a.m. and 10:30, inside at 8. And the hip cool kids will jump in at 6:30 p.m. Pastor Jimmy Ellison invites you out, transforming lives for Jesus' sake. Coming from the young lady, Sarah Young, the author of Jesus Calling, our daily devotion prayer book is called Jesus Listens. And she is bringing together Philippians 4:12. Thank you, Christopher. He's younger and younger. Psalms 62:8 and Psalms 92, 1 through 2. And this is what she says. Faithful God, help me to learn the secrets of being content in any and every situation. I realize that this is a training and it's challenging. It's a process I have to go through. I thought I was fairly advanced in this training, but then again, circumstances in my life get harder. And you know what? Yeah, I don't. On the same day, I am able to cope fairly well with all the stress. On other days, well, I'm just like, watch out, please teach me to handle this. Get out, I want out of this. Well, I am so grateful that I can pour out my heart to you, God, acknowledging you how frustrated and upset I'm feeling. Lord, will you please help me get my awareness even more into this in your presence when I need it, so that I can learn to have a wide range of differences and difficulties. It is good to sing praises in your name, declaring your loving kindness in the morning and your faithfulness every night. In your loving name, amen. Oh, Lordy, that was a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
So the story of my life right there.
Story of all of our lives.
Well, see, the thing about it is, it doesn't matter what you get out here and you're living for God, and you know God gives you spiritual gifts. You're using your gifts,
right?
But there comes a season, and there might come a season if you know, according to this reading, and I can personally say this is where I am in my life right now as well.
Right.
When God, he takes everything away, and where it's just you. You know, he strips everything, your personality, all the intelligence you think you have.
Yep.
You know.
I agree.
He strips it all down till it's just nothing left, you know, of you.
Yes, indeed.
he does that sometimes to remind us that, you know, it's not us, it's him.
Exactly.
Working through us.
Exactly.
You can get used to, you know, I've done that before. I've been walking with God so closely that I just got so used to it, you know, that I forgot he was God, you know.
I know, that's right. We all do that.
And he likes to remind us.
Amen.
That it's his power, not ours.
Exactly. Well, Andrew, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, I'm going to jump into some true crime news to get us a little taste, a little appetizer for our guest coming up in the final period,
right.
Elizabeth Sarles, the author of The Birthday Bash.
And you guys, y'all stay tuned for Elizabeth Sarles. She's always got a good show and something really good to talk about.
That's right. That's coming up. We're going to go ahead and take a break now. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we got for you true crime news. We'll give you a little taste of it. Alec Baldwin continues his legal woes, and an ex-cop being charged for kidnapping and killing in a big drug deal. This ex-cop was Jeffrey Epstein's cellmate for a while. We'll talk about this and more in just a few moments. Zara Lee, one of our youngsters here, Andrew, before going to the break, she says to tell you that you sound kind and lovely.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's sweet. Back in a moment.
All right. Well, I'm going to hang up.
Okay.
Let you get back to your show. I love you.
Love you too.
Don't break anybody's camera now.
Oh, he already took my picture. He's already broke his camera.
Okay. All right. Bye, sweet.
Bye.
Light and variable winds. For Saturday, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds, a near record high temperatures of 95, winds light and variable. A few clouds from time to time on Saturday night with a low near 73, light and variable winds. Mostly sunny on Sunday.
No.
High near 95 again with a low near 71.
We just say I'm 25. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate that. I am a lucky man.
Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those lotus critters or gooey things at all.
No, she don't want. She used to be on the show with me, but she had some things going on. She'll be back one day. I did tell her before she got off for you. I let her know. I already let her know before she got off. I had read it to her.
For the top expert in Medicare, health insurance, and life insurance, look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine, your trusted agent. Charmaine works with multiple companies, ensuring you get the options tailored just for you. Why settle for less when you can help with this? 706-525-5931 and speak to Charmaine, CP Financial top local sales agent. Your peace of mind is just a call away.
From Cowley Force. Cowley Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowley.
I took this picture so I can make a bobblehead of you. I hope it turns out okay. Yeah, maybe so. It'd probably look ugly. It'd probably be my face. You get too bad. How long have you been with this radio station? I've been with WQEE for 7 years. I've done radio and played music, Christopher, played drums with bands like Green Jello and stuff over the years. I've been in radio for when I wasn't playing music radio. Then I had a few regular jobs. And I'm not talking before I started learning all this. Before I was a kid, I had burger job. I was a McDonald's, big time McDonald's guy, Kroger's guy when I was in high school and college. But had a few regular jobs in between when I wasn't doing one or the other. Yeah. A lot of years on the air. Yeah. Not that many years. 15 to 20 years possibly. Something about almost 20 years because I got into radio around 18 or 19. And I officially got into it around 25, something like that. Yeah, something like that. It's been a long time. I never count until I tell somebody at another radio station, I've been doing this for this long. I go, what? Thank you. I appreciate that, Christopher. I appreciate that. God bless us. God bless you guys for listening. Taking your time out of your busy schedules to pay attention to me. I just do radio how I was taught, I guess. Makes it strange for this day and time. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm an educated man. Andrew Polanis is on. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary on this TGIT. Thank goodness it's Thursday, True Crime Thursday. Coming up, Elizabeth Sarles joins us in the final period. Unsolved homicides in small town USA. We've already helped in the last several years of her being on the station and on the show here on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. We've helped and opened up 4 cases that got solved, I heard. We're going to talk about some more cases. And the families are, look, Elizabeth came off for 1 month. I'm going to tell you this, guys, between you and me. She said she was not going to be able to do this. She said, I'm not going to be able to do this any longer because I've got to help take care of my mom. Or her mom says, hey, take care of me, but you got to continue doing this. And she was getting calls from the families of the people that we've been doing this and saying, when are you going to go back on and talking? So we want to thank the families of the victims. We say their names. We want to thank all of them because we're feeling like Elizabeth's making a great impact. And her mom said, hey, look, I know you got to take care of me, but look, this is once a month, honey. You always got to listen to your mama. All right, she's coming up in the final period. 4 cases I heard were solved. But they don't like me helping them solve them. They're like, we got to go after that radio man. He's making us work here. He's coming after the 1958 mindset, hateful, racist people. Yes, I am. Like I'm about to go after Epstein here. There you go. The Epstein list that a lot of people are on and everybody wants to ignore now, except for, people in English people in London are like, we hate bloody Prince Andrew, and we're always going to hate him. And he's the only one that everybody's like, okay, we hate. He shouldn't be the only one. Good morning, Cher. How you doing? But the ex-cop who was one time a cellmate of Jeffrey Epstein's when Epstein supposedly died, killed himself or whatever. Hey, I tell everybody the whole thing. If you got a theory about him being killed or him killing himself, it doesn't matter to me. Evil got what he deserved. Anyway, evil got what he deserved. When is the list getting publicized? It has been publicized already. You can find it anywhere. There's a news source that had it. You can get it from the BBC, and the AP had it. I in January I gave the list out, a full list of, and I had them wrote down. I'll go back and find that list in one of these books I got, Christopher, and tell you guys one day because I got a whole list of it, and with no crossed out names and everything. So Chris Tucker was on there. Leonardo DiCaprio was on there. Some of the people on the list, some of the people were victims and lawyers for the defense and prosecution on there as well. So they just put everybody. So, but anyway, The 56-year-old Nicholas is the name of the man that was his cellmate. Nicholas was sentenced for kidnapping and killing 4 over a big drug deal. This is what made him become a federal, because he was a cop that was, I guess you would say, a crooked cop. Something you would make a good movie about. They would make a good movie about this Nicholas guy. He fatally strangled a man over allegedly drug money and shot 3 others that were witnesses. The judge, kind of like a monster type thing. The judge said he was a monster. Well, yeah, a lot of people are. But who was the monster that finished off the devil? Epstein's, then that's all right with me. When he was in court, he just called him a monster because he didn't show any remorse for his actions. Nicholas shared a cell with the convicted child trafficker Jeffrey Epstein in 2019. Woo-wee. I bet she's like, look, don't try to make me famous out of being his cellmate. Make me famous out of being a crooked cop that was in the mob and that shot some people up. That's who I am. I probably could have done that. Yeah. Been better money, but I've been poured out of my skull. And going forward, yeah, I'll find that list for you, Christopher, one day and pull it out, because I wrote every one of them down. And everything. Anyway, actor Alec Baldwin is in trouble. You guys been waiting to hear this. Yes, indeed. Mr. Baldwin. We know that he and his wife have got a brand new series coming to TLC reality show. We talked about that the other day. He has pleaded not guilty to the killings of a director and a photographer on the movie set Rust that happened a few years back when a prop gun went off and killed these 2 people, and he was holding the gun. He's got more legal woes, though. He could be facing more legal woes. Baldwin is scheduled to go to court in July for involuntary manslaughter and the shooting death of the 2 on set. Of course, in Mexico, a New Mexico judge rejected an oversight of Baldwin to dismiss the criminal charges against him, and they're going to bring those back into him. Yeah, he's got a reality show coming out. So we'll see what happens during this. He's probably doing this reality show on TLC so that he can make money for his court case to pay his lawyers and stuff, because it's costing a bunch of money. And I know people think, well, he's Alec Baldwin. Yeah. All these rich people, they don't have like the millions of dollars in their back pocket. They're not all Scrooge McDuck with a big old safe that you can dive into the money. Elon Musk might do that, but the rest of the rich don't. They got them in stocks and bonds and other things, homes and different things. Oh, Lord. So he's probably having to take this extra money so he can pay for his case and everything. Oh, my goodness. We're about almost 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. Time and temperature brought to you by right now, 74 degrees. Beautiful sunny skies brought to you by Active Pest Control. They handle my home. They can handle yours. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, doing things all. Mike on the crew can exterminate and lay the smack down for you. Before we get into some more, our poll question still up there. Answer it, guys. Please do. When playing the game Clue, which of these weapons do you find the most? 39% say the pistol. 14% say the lead pipe. 31% say the candlestick, which was a pretty popular one too, and the dagger at 17%. There was a few others as well, a rope and and some poison were a couple of other ones. And right now, my mind is popping this game, but also I got Monopoly popping through there with the dog and the car coming, and that is not in Clue. In the thimble, that was in Monopoly. The thimble. Oh, Lord. The shoe. Now I'm starting to think about all the little cool whatchamacallits. Game pieces. Oh yeah, I dive in my money. What, $3 or $4 I can throw on the bed, jump on there and go, woo, this is money. Woo, woo, yeah, man, sure. Oh yeah. Now if I start selling bobbleheads and T-shirts and coffee mugs, maybe. The RyanORadio Penitentiary. You guys are in lockdown with us here on RyanORadio True Crime Thursday. We're on 99.1 FM in Atlanta. 50,000 plus of you listening on Shoutcast. We're all over the YouTube. We're all over Facebook. We're on the RyanORadio media page, which is on Spreaker and more. iHeartRadio gets out there. We're on Earth Rock Radio in New Mexico, 25 different radio stations there, internet and real radio stations on the Navajo Nation, New Mexico and Arizona. We're also in the British Columbia, Isles of Canada tuning in as well. Good morning going out to Alice, Mike, David, and Helen up in Canada. We already said Sweet Leaf, Sue, Bob, Tim, Rodney K, and the whole crew there on the Navajo Nation listening. I heard Kevin Spacey is broke and can't find work. Yeah. He was on that list too, Christopher. Oh yeah, he was on that list too. So he just lost his work. But anyway, back to say hello to everybody. Also, Sarah in New Zealand, Diane and South Wales, Robert in Australia, Kiko in Japan. Thank you for being with us. Yeah. Yeah. I had that list. That's why it's hard for me to sit around and watch Hollywood and even like any of these people running. I mean, RFK is not on there, but he's into the lizard people. But yeah, I might have to give that up since he's not on the list. Okay, you can believe that, brother, since you're not on the list. Good morning to the Navajo Nation from Cher. Sweetly says, hey, Cher. Sue says, hello, Cher. Where's Gail? I don't know where Gail is in the zoo crew. That's the other OG's job to find out. Cher. Sorry, I spilled water on my bed for being too shaky. Oh, that's all right. All right, let's see here. What can we do with dumb crook news? Dum. We got that coming up. But if we do that, I'll give you a couple other news stories before we take a break. Let's go big. We can sell Will's blankets with your picture on it. Wheels and blankets? I don't know if people want to buy wheels and blankets. My OGs will be like, wow, Ryan, he's going to have wheels and blankets and T-shirts with his stuff on it. It's pretty cool. Said wheels. Hey. Looks like to me wheels will be fine too. We can sell some spinning wheels like John Cena had a spinning championship and it had my name on it. Let's jump into this. A 41-year-old barber shop owner faces charges for allegedly fatally shooting his upstairs neighbor, everybody. Oh my goodness, his upstairs neighbor. He got mad at him. Now, the thing about it is, sometimes you got to keep your mouth shut and not say stupid things. The man supposedly called his downstairs neighbor, the barbershop owner, a racial slur. Officers responded to Hateboro, Pennsylvania on June 8th to Razor's Reese Salon and Spa when they found 37-year-old Stephen Strasburg shot from, I guess a gunshot wound. According to police, Mr. Bird, Marcella Bird, had an ongoing dispute with this man. Bird called 911 after Strongberg called. I'm getting you confused. Sorry, getting myself confused. Bird called 911 on Strongberg, saying that he had verbally assaulted him when he called him a racial name, and then got into a dispute. So he shot him with a gunshot. A gunshot wound. There you go. I guess I wouldn't be getting a haircut. Nope, you wouldn't. You won't be getting a haircut from him. Well, he's being charged. Bird is being charged with first degree, third degree, and possession of an instrument in a crime. And possibly they're trying to get him out of it because of the words that were used. You guys, I'm telling you, all these ignorant people out here that go, well, they say it in the song. Why can't I say it? You're going to go say it to the wrong person, and they're going to lose their business, and they're going to shoot you. Just remember, those words are wrong. Don't say it. Don't be that way. Remember, God wouldn't want you to do that. I keep telling everybody, sometimes you mess with the wrong person. Mr. Bird was the wrong person for this guy, Steven, to mess with. There you go. I got a shower curtain with WQEE logo on it with the peach on it. You do? Now, if we sold those, we'd have to give that to the station and the original designer. So anything that's got RyanORadio on it, come to us. Okay, in Atlanta, you guys heard about this as we get ready to go to a break. This happened recently. A convicted felon is facing over 30 charges after allegedly hijacking a bus, killing a passenger, and leading police on a high-speed chase through multiple counties. He should have ran into the wrong county, and he would have not been charged. Not in Georgia. There's certain places you just don't mess with. All right. According to the Atlanta Police Department, on Tuesday, June 11th, 4:30 p.m., officers responded to Ivy Allen Jr. Boulevard Northwest regarding a possible hostage situation and gunfire on the bus. The bus drove off when police arrived. The suspect, Joseph Greer, allegedly held the driver at gunpoint and ordered him not to stop. The bus ultimately stopped in DeKalb County. Yeah, that's right. For those of you who don't live in Georgia, you just don't know. Yeah, that's why it stopped there. We all know. And the passengers were safely able to exit. Atlanta police said that they found an adult victim with a gunshot wound. He was transported to the local hospital and died from his injuries. They got a picture of the SWAT team in front of the bus. In an update, Atlanta police announced that they are charging Greer with 1 count of murder, 14 counts of aggravated assault, kidnapping, hijacking, and more. Police say in a press release that Greer had been arrested 19 times prior. Good Lord Almighty. He also said that he was not allowed to have a gun. But, you know, criminals always listen when they're told not to have a gun, right? Because he was on parole. Look, young man, you've been arrested 19 times. You were not supposed to have a gun and shoot that man. Bad criminal. Bad criminal. That's how the police are supposed to do it, right? You weren't supposed to do that, bad criminal. I got police officers out there listening and laughing, going, Ryan's fun. You know that's how you're supposed to act. You're supposed to treat him with clean gloves. Come over here, fellow. I know you shot that guy, but you were not supposed to have it. Bad for you. You're going to be put in timeout. Some people don't learn. You're right, Cher. Bad criminal. You a bad criminal. Why? That sounds like the Midwest. Maybe out in the Midwest. It's a joke in Atlanta. They're not going to go, bad criminal. None of them are going to go, bad criminal. Time out. No, they're not going to do that around here. But it's funny. Let's do a RyanORadio Penitentiary on the shower curtain. Yeah. I don't know if anybody want to take a shower with my name on their curtain, but they might. You never know. Oh, look, I was trying to find the one about the man that cut his. When we come back, we'll talk about the dumb crook. Yeah, well, I'm going to go and put that as the dumb crook right there. We'll have another one about a man who cut up his roommate and see if somebody else will put him back together. Like a puzzle. Weird. Back in a moment.
Sunday at 11 a.m. and Tuesday at 11 a.m. bringing the word of God to bring transformation, hope, and deliverance to your life. God loves you, cares about you, and wants to instruct and guide you in his word. So I compel you, Sunday at 11 a.m. and Tuesday at 11 a.m., tune in so your life can be radically changed forever because God's love and care.
You're walking shopping. Or on your
Oh my God.
You get that feeling.
What a bimbo.
What do you do?
I'm not going to have time to talk about it, but this scumbag woman restrained her children in a hot bath, causing burns out of Ohio.
Instructor on specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively with technical drills to build their survival.
Man, Las Vegas mom beats her 2-year-old son to death in a stroller. What an idiot. I hope all these people get everything they deserve.
Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. WarriorDefenders.com.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste. The best chicken around. Fish dinners. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton.
Ready to earn some sweet Southern rewards? Check out the Southern Rewards Cashback account from Southern States Bank. Debit card transactions earn you cashback.
All right.
Southern Rewards Cashback account, you can earn up to $30 a month. Sign up for your Southern Rewards Cashback account today. Terms and conditions apply. Visit your nearest branch or check us out online at southernstatesbank.net. Learn more. Southern States Bank. Your bank. Your rewards. Equal housing lender. FDIC and MLS number 4.
No, not remain.
Want to get back to your community in a meaningful way? Cares for Kids is a Keller Williams
I do not know.
100% of money raised goes directly to children in need in our area. Cares for Kids helps fund local.
So many crazy people out there.
County to CASA, Elevate, and more. Help Cares for Kids reach their mission of serving 1 million children. Call 678-634-9770 today to learn more on how to be involved, or text K for K unit to 44321 to donate.
We can draw. Yeah, I like that idea. Draw bars like it, on the shower curtain, like it's a cell. I like that. Woo! 10:54 p.m. where you're at. That's pretty late.
To listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show, hosted by me, Ariel Green. Each week, we'll learn ways to be more sustainable in our everyday lives. We'll discuss exciting environmental news, ways to get involved locally.
That's the one I wanted to do.
Color who are saving the planet in their own unique ways. Be sure to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show every Thursday at 10 a.m.
Some children are treated badly. Yes, they are. All right, we're getting ready to go back. Okay, Commando. Here we go. Yes, yes.
You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newton, Georgia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep going to the poll question this morning. Sheriff says, that's a good idea, Matt. There you go. I like that idea. Yeah. All right, let's talk about this Mississippi, man. It's Mississippi. It tells you a lot. You're not going to, sorry, guys. It tells you a lot. Good morning. Hold on one moment.
All right.
This tells you a lot right here, what we're about to tell you. This is a story that I wanted to do. A judge has sentenced a 45-year-old man to life in prison for fatally stabbing a man with a butcher knife over 30 times in a laundromat and dismembering him and seeing if somebody could put him back together. What? Like a puzzle. What is that? Don't have a clue about clue. He says 12. Clint Brower pleaded guilty Monday with a smile on his face, June 3rd, to first-degree murder of stabbing death of Mr. Harrington and a local laundromat on May of 2020. On May 25th, that is, Biloxi police responded to the stabbing at a local laundromat inside a trailer park and found the deceased dead, knife injuries. He was pronounced deceased at that time. And then, good old Clint wanted to just tear him apart and everything and, see if somebody could put him back together. Brower was also doing laundry and believed that Harrington was going to harm me or others because he claimed that Harrington was moving in a threatening way, and Brower took a butcher knife out of his bag and stabbed him more than 30 times. And after the death, he reportedly bound the body with rope, moved it outside because he believed that he could be put back together. I took the knife and killed him, but I think he could be put back together. The guy was smiling. Crazy! Loony! Mississippi, that's what it is. Hey, we take him outside now. I'm just going to take him down the road down there to that old casino, and I know somebody can put him back together. I mean, old Bo used to do that all the time. He used to put people back together. All the time he used to put them back together. All right, guys, back in a moment. Answer the question. When playing the game Clue, which of these weapons did you find the most? 39% say pistol, lead pipe coming at 14%, 31% say candlestick, and 17% say dagger. Back in a moment. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing.
Good. Well, that's the best answer.
Yeah, I'm doing. This case, I've studied it. We've talked about it.
Yep.
And then we talked about it again, and but I've overdone it. I've overstimulated, so I don't think I can hardly read. It's more like I can only explain.
Hey, that's all right.
There's so much to read, but yeah.
Hey, that's fine. We can do that. That's what we need to do. But yeah.
I'm trying to promote that page, because
everybody's knowing. I know that you're hitting the arteries or something down there in Chambers County, because everybody is knowing you're talking about it on my radio show.
Well, I have a few deputies that are, I think, on that page. Not that I can fully trust. Well, I don't trust hardly anybody. So, but to be able to, that one that called, so I kind of speak at him every so often. I know they're listening. I'm feeling they are.
Oh, I know they are, because they had people ask other people, who's that girl that comes on talking about Chambers County? I'm like, you need to listen closer. And I'm not going to stop. Because I heard that it's helping solve cases down there, so we're not going to stop. We're going to lay the smack down.
All I can say is the light's on you. And the odd thing this year, this is 2021,
Elizabeth Sarles is. Sorry.
Which is, it's in the air what's happened to her.
Right.
All I know is that the daughter of this person is devastated and has asked me to please, hey, do what I do, which is pay close attention. And, even if it wasn't my niece.
Right.
She had already lost her father. I would still look at it as any other person, and so this particular person, I might bring it up a little because I'm trying to point out his family.
Yeah.
His family suffered.
We're all good.
As long as he was alive.
We're all good. That's what this show is about, telling the truth.
So I'm just, and if somebody didn't do something right.
They got to learn.
It out. And if you go look on their page, I can't share all that they share because it's enormous. Bones, skull, the picture of the car with the seat pulled all the way up. He's almost 6 feet tall. Then I've read some more stuff last night. Someone else from Nashville come down here and checked it all out and write the story. And in the long term, they said that the sheriff told them that the car was in fourth gear. So it couldn't have been on the rollback. I'm like, why not? I mean, I don't really understand how it being fourth gear means. All those years he was riding it and it ran off the road. Well, that's an Alabama state trooper. That's the state of Alabama's job. It's on the Alabama highway. It's their jurisdiction in Chambers County. And why in the heck is Troop County coming over here and taking our scene? And why they let them? That's a question that this page is posed, and I think it's a reasonable question.
It is.
It's just really not unreasonable. But and I go back to Troop County. This family feels that it's a little suspicious that 11 months after Lois died, there he is. Look at there. You look at the pictures and stuff that's supposed to have been submerged in water for 40 years.
Right.
Those pictures in his wife.
That's right.
There's no water extended damage on those pictures. They could be a little damage, not 44. They'd be nothing. There'd be no picture there. Image would have been a long time ago, Murphy and all.
Well, sometimes these people don't want their friends held accountable for things that they're not doing job-wise, or they don't want their friends and family held accountable for the ignorance and stupidity of them doing stuff that was supposedly accepted back in the day, which really wasn't. It was just people knowing wrong is wrong, but they still did it anyway. They just don't like that. But I'm going to hold them accountable.
Matthews fella mentioned in the court records, Ralph Matthews.
That's me.
I did a little homework on Ralph. Who is Ralph? Well, apparently Ralph was like a hidden king in Troop County. He owned a lot of land, had a lot of money, did a lot of loans, did a lot of stuff. But he was a good guy too, went to church.
Right.
Okay. But if he's getting people to kill people for him, I don't know. And why would the sheriff call that man's son and not call Kyle's family? Yeah, you should call the family, hello, we found the remains. Not call this guy's son and say, hello, we found the remains.
Right.
The remains have been, quote, located, I don't know. Then you come here to the creek. It's not a creek. That's a branch. It doesn't even have a name. So.
Oh, I know.
I can't read. I get to walking. I get angrier and.
Well, don't get angry because you're doing God's work. You're doing God's work.
I do. You channel that. You use that energy, and that's what I do in it. So.
Well, you're doing God's work. Keep doing God's work. People are talking about it. People are talking about it. The people are doing their jobs down there, looking into things. It's it might end up embarrassing somebody's family down there, but they should have known better than to be brought up as a hateful, racist, evil person. I'm sorry.
They
should have.
Guy's son is dead too. Okay, the weird part, Ray Hyde, who did it, he had one and only child, a son.
Right.
Matthews has one and only child, a son. And Lois and them whose son is dead had one and only son. They're all one son people, and I don't know. I don't agree with the way Lois terrified all that they went through for 44 years. And then to have the sheriff's department didn't even tell them nothing. We didn't find it. Didn't tell them we found the remains. Didn't say the case is closed. Didn't say nothing.
Yeah, well, it being where the remains were is strange. It's been sitting there forever.
I know. And if the bones are all there, the bones are still all there. You
guys excited, true crime, we're getting ready.
I mean, the guy, if they
Elizabeth, we love you. All right, we're getting ready to go on in a minute, Elizabeth. My listeners, Matt says, Elizabeth, we the inmates here love you. Yeah, they're my inmates in the penitentiary.
Oh, I love it. I'm a celebrity at the county jail, too. I didn't know that, but yeah. So if I ever get put in there, it'd be like Martha Stewart going in there. It's like, it's the Roman news, child.
Wait. You be like Martha Stewart, so does that mean your husband's Snoop?
No, okay, we won't call that.
They're not married. I'm just saying they've been.
I feel like you're gonna live her out. I'll be back. But yeah, I feel, I'm like, what if they end up trying to put a pressure hold on you? Like, all right, I'm a celebrity now. What I've heard. Had a family member that got in there sometimes. She says, you know what?
Well, I'll make you famous.
Celebrity. They were all sitting around talking about you and your book. And I thought,
that's right.
That's adorable.
That's right. They talking about it because you do.
Which I was writing about. They grew up in it and live in it.
Yep. But you did this, and you put yourself out there, and you put your group out there and your book out there, and you talk about it every month. So of course you're going to be known. There's going to be other people down there going, wait a minute, this woman can help me. You don't know how many people. I know that when you were off that 1 month, you had people calling you saying, hey, you're going to be doing it. So
they were like basically coming to me with their normal, this is happening, I'm sad, we're praying for you, thank you for what you're doing. I was just kind of like, I get it, God, you've handed me a microphone, you've given me the opportunity. Not everybody and anyone can have that or even be able to do it, so just be grateful.
Oh no, I mean, the thing about it is they depended on you. You've started something to help people out, and you really what you're doing, you're helping them.
If no one else did it, I did.
Yeah, but you're helping them out. You're helping them out, Elizabeth. You really are. That's why they want you on here, because it's also helping them heal. All right, we're getting ready to go on. Here we go.
I'm ready.
Welcome back into 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across the RyanORadio media page. Earth, Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada and 99.1 FM WQEE, the heartbeat of Atlanta, Southern sports talk and inspirational talk. We get it all going on. It's True Crime Thursday. And you know what that means? Yeah, I am the man around here. But you know what that means? We welcome in the second Thursday each month our guest. She's the author of The Birthday Bash, a book about her brother's unsolved homicide in small town USA. Every month we present you a story with our guest about unsolved homicides in small town USA, where everybody knows your name. They know your mom and them. They know you like to eat KFC down there, but they don't know who did it. So let's go ahead and welcome author extraordinaire and homicide hunter herself, the one, the only Elizabeth Sarles. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, everybody.
Thank you very much for being with us. We're going to get in.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, love it. I'm hearing so many good things and positive things. Maybe I'm thinking I say positive. There may be some people who don't really like this, but I'm hearing so many great positive things about you being able to present these cases every month. The families are asking you to do so. They're getting involved. To me, I feel like this community that you're in, you're kind of healing each other, Elizabeth, by doing this.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah.
We need to. I mean, if we started this 65 years ago, we would be in a whole different community here.
Right.
Hiding, murdering, killing, stealing, instead of turning around and going,
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. You have a similar story. Well, now you're not alone anymore. So
Exactly.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's someone else with a story. And if they didn't even know that they connected in such a traumatic and in such a deep level, they would be alone. So
Right.
I've healed tremendously myself.
That's what I'm saying.
The process of meeting and becoming close associates with family members who've had to endure exactly. or worse than what we've endured. And who else is going to understand?
Exactly.
So
And this is what I'm
we
saying.
need each other. And so
Exactly what I'm
you
saying.
mentioned we used to have a group in our county called Vocal Victims of Crime and
Right.
something like that. It dispersed. And I think we should try to pick that gauntlet back up.
Let's do it.
At least once a year we can come
Do it.
together and memorialize our loved one together. And it's just an opportunity to get together and realize we're a body, an entire body, almost a town of people who are suffering. And we're tired of it.
There you go.
Everyone said someone's got to do something. And so.
And you picked the gauntlet up.
I think just trying to do something than to just sit around and worry, fear,
Right.
or get angry,
Exactly.
or retaliate, take action, and you use it. So.
Well, there's no, here's what I say to those that are listening with families that have victims of crime and these heinous crimes that we talk about each month. There's no need to fear these people, because majority of these people are scary little nobodies themselves. They're scared. They're nothing. They violently attack people because they're scared. That's why all these men wore their grandma's sheets back in the day and played dressed up like ghosts and ran around and burned crosses because they were scared. They're weak. So just to let everybody know out there that's listening, you're not a victim. Your family may have been damaged in this way, but don't fear. Speak out. And contact.
We're survivors.
Exactly.
You can be a victim or you can be a survivor.
You are a survivor, and don't let them scare you because they're scared of you. They're scared of you. They're scared you're going to tell the truth. They're scared of the truth. That's what's wrong with these demons. There's demons in them.
Have a light.
They're scared of the truth.
Shine a light on them, they get real nervous.
Yeah, they're like cockroaches. They're like cockroaches. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
they're like cockroaches and turn a light on and they start scattering. That's what they are. So.
Raised in the system, to be honest with you, raised by a law officer of this locality,
right,
and a military veteran. So he came home from the veteran war.
Yep.
And that's about the time they changed the police to a more military, kind, not the old World War II, but the new one.
Right.
He came and brought his. So I'm raised by that. I know exactly what it is, and I never thought bad of it. I didn't. My father was a cop. He wasn't a bad cop. He did all. So I couldn't perceive of a real bad cop. But when a cop, I don't know, conceals something by staging or hiding or tampering and does that happen? Yes.
It does.
For a fact, because it happened to my family.
Right.
And so I had to learn myself that. And that was an overwhelming sensation of thinking, oh, wow, these people who are the law, the power, the authority, have all of that over me, and they're not even standing for what they represent, just protect and serve. We're in trouble here.
Well, when you got people, got people like that, sometimes.
These counties, all I can say is that they slowed down since the 80s. The 90s was the hottest, one of the hottest decades of murder here.
Oh, I know.
And then the 2000s, where my brothers happened, it wasn't quite as bad, but it wasn't good.
Nope.
But then the next 10 years, it slowed down a little. And now, like this year, that is awesome. It's not, I'm celebrating no one has been murdered, that we know of.
Good. Good.
A lot of things here, but maybe the light is causing the dark to kind of disperse a little still
It is.
there, but it's not as.
Them cockroaches are running up. They're running into the walls, trying to get away from everything. That's what they're doing. They're afraid. That's why they don't like to hear you come out here and speak the truth and do what you're doing, because they know that the truth is going to set everybody free. Let's get into this month's case. Let's go ahead and jump and start talking about it. We've talked about it before, Elizabeth.
Yes, we really have talked about Kyle Fleetscale 22.
Kyle, yes.
Last April, they finally put out a conclusion of this 48-year-old case, and it's just a heartbreaking ending. It's one of the oldest missing person cases in the books in Georgia. The Crook County Sheriff's Office announced that the test on the recently discovered remains of Kyle Fleetscale cannot say how he died or even if he was murdered.
Right.
At this time, the case is considered closed unless further information is discovered at the sheriff's office post on the media. Not called to the family. Not the 22-year-old disappeared, January 27th, 1976, after leaving his bartending job at the Moose Club in LaGrange. Probably around 11 p.m., maybe he was going back to Auburn. His student there. He's got an apartment there. Heck, he just bought a potted plant for the place.
Yeah.
He's having a hard time academically, but not enough to just disappear, So
Right. It's a typical student. Yes, exactly. Typical.
And for 4 decades, him and his car
Right.
are never seen. So
Never.
those parents, John and Louis, they look okay. I think about them so much in this case because yes, Kyle suffered and paid with his life.
Yes.
22 years. Well, in another 44 when they were both gone. Think about it. They spent twice as long as his age looking for him every day. If she left the house, she'd leave a note and money. I'll be right back. If they Christmas, birthdays, he got gifts. She's always prepared. Someone calls in Texas. I'm your son. They'll travel over there. They talked to Ronald Reagan in the Oval Office. They have astronomical and starting missing person in the state of Georgia and more.
Right.
But yet they never ever found out, and they stayed because the mother passed 11 months before her son's remains were found, and it's kind of like 11 more months, and she would have at least had her remains. They already knew he was gone, no doubt, but they still hoped to bring him home, and so through tips of any investigation, it never led to any clues or major breaks in the case, but it did finally come 3 years ago. On December the 7th, 2021, deputies with the Chambers County Sheriff's Department in Alabama pulled a white 1974 Pinto from an unnamed creek under County Road 83 in a remote area between LaGrange and Auburn University. Deputies noticed a Troop County decal on the car and contacted the Troop County Sheriff's Office, which confirmed it was the type of car Fleetscale had driven. Inside the car, investigators found Fleetscale's wallet, which had his ID inside. They found several credit cards and bones that were stuck in the thick mud. Sheriff Woodruff told reporters, a Troop Sheriff, at the time, the remains were sent to the GBI lab. For this young man and his car, Woodruff.
Wow.
We got the car.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that too. Yeah, I want to talk about that right quick where it was found, and it's supposedly been there for years and years, and so many people have passed that area. But before we get into that, what I really want to know is Kyle was working at this kind of private club in Troop County in LaGrange.
Yes.
And I was kind of wondering with the way they kept things quiet back in those days, it was back in the 70s, they kept things quiet. They killed people that were, African Americans were killed a lot and everything, especially if their families.
Or you disappear.
With Kyle, my question.
Normal.
Yeah,
always happened stuff. I was like, wow, body, but a car?
But that's the question I got for you is Kyle, was Kyle working for this private group? Possibly was he involved with a member of this club, which is probably an all-male club? Do you think that they were kind of keeping something quiet there? Because a lot of those, good old boys keep that secondary lifestyle quiet. Could there have been a possibility that he was doing that, or he just turned down something, or he was a kid, a college kid, like, okay, I'm here to work. I don't want any advances. I'm not against what you are, or whatever. Could he have turned somebody down or something? Could there have been more to it like that?
Well, they have discussed it. Okay. All right. There's a Facebook page called Justice for Kyle.
Right.
On this page, this is his friends. The permission of the family.
Right.
They are presenting since April this year. They have opened this page and they're putting every single thing of evidence. And in those, photographs of the skull, pictures of the car, the wallet inside of his pictures, and
right.
Anywho, they the thing about it is back then, 96, they were already looking at somebody named Ray Hyde.
Right.
Ray Hyde is an auto parts man.
That is 20 years later too.
But at that time, when they're, let's say I got where he's just busting here in February, an article in the Daily News, saying he denied twink scale tie. The auto parts dealer furiously stated, "I ain't guilty." A local auto parts dealer had already been connected with Kyle's disappearance. He wanted to tell his side of the story and would speak candidly in the backyard as the sheriff's restraining at Lower Big Springs Road Lake, about a half mile from his home. Ray said he wouldn't be stupid enough to throw a body in the lake, and he maintained he never knew Kyle. So
I'm not stupid enough.
The thing is, let's fast forward, because Ray Hyde died in 2001.
Right.
And in 2005, this man contacted the GBI, Georgia State Patrol, saying Kyle had been murdered by Ray Hyde, owner of a salvage yard. Man said he was 7 years old when he witnessed Kyle's body disposal. They were covered in concrete, stuffed into a barrel, and dumped into a private pond. He explained that his grandfather helped dispose of the barrels under Hyde's orders, and that Ray Hyde had threatened his grandfather that he killed both of them if they ever talked. Now, since he died, since this also, they were provided with information that Ray Hyde was a member of the Moose Club where Kyle was. It's believed Kyle was murdered because of his knowledge of Ray Hyde's criminal activity, which involved car theft and drug dealing. They present numerous court documents from the Superior Court of Truth County Court where they're going after Jimmy Earl Jones, state of Georgia versus Jimmy Earl Jones, the grandfather.
Right.
Who at this time confesses. He pleads guilty.
Really?
They share these records. This is what he says in open records. The subject being Jimmy. The subject stated that not telling the truth had bothered him all those years, but he had a pact with his best friend. There's stuff that goes on that you just don't say. The subject related that on the day in question, he was at Mr. Hyde's place on Smoky Road, along with a few other persons. Mr. Hyde told him someone who owed him money was coming to pay him the money owed. Mr. Hyde stated that he would get his money one way or another. Mr. Hyde told the subject to go to Thompson's Groceries and get some beer. The subject left to go get the beer, and when he returned, a man sitting at a picnic table told the subject to help him move the body. The subject grabbed the foot of the male, and the guy turned over facing up. The male was alive and stated to Mr. Hyde, "You shot me." Mr. Hyde kept telling the victim that it was an accident, that the gun just went off. The subject stated that he and Mr. Hyde dragged the victim's body about 20 yards to the shed. Once the body was inside the door, the subject left the premises. The subject stated that he knew the victim had been shot and was asked why he didn't call an ambulance. He said because Mr. Hyde stated he was going to take care of it. He stated that in 1996, when he was first questioned, well, secondly questioned by the authorities, Mr. Hyde was still alive and he was very much afraid. He was literally sentenced in 2006 to 9 years in prison.
Wow.
So now we're up to the point where now, okay, if Kyle, which they're trying to insinuate, must have went back ways and routes out of the way to go to Auburn. I mean, interstate's right over here, but
yeah, I know the
was
interstate.
going toward, in this back area and ran into the creek, and it's been there ever since.
Yeah, now it don't make sense.
Baloney. Okay, well, if that's the case, how did he get shot and killed on the night it happened?
Yeah, it's weird that yeah.
And his son, and he goes to prison. Why don't you go to prison and you never seen or did anything, and you certainly wouldn't want to? I think as a grandfather whose grandson is, it's something he had to do, or his grandson was going to do it once, and he did. And Hyde's been dead, Daddy. I can't live like this, Daddy.
Right.
And he did something. And this is at a time when both of those parents, John and Lois, are sitting in this courtroom with these people.
Right.
In 2006, the parents are there. So they knew their son was dead. So if that's the case, then how did he get into this creek over here?
So that's another mystery right there, because if Hyde did this,
He's dead. How are you going to drive in fourth gear off a little? And by the way, the creek
is in Chambers County.
Because it is no creek name. It is a branch. It has a little, and if you look at from the Facebook page, Justice for Kyle, they share pictures from 2012 when the bridge had cement, and then and it was repaired at that time.
Yes.
And this is they're right there. They would have noticed. Oh well.
There's an old car, whatever.
Hatchback.
Yeah.
No, we've had droughts, we've had floods, people fish.
Yes.
They've
Yes.
gone over and thousands and times. The majority of I pass through it when I go to the front porch restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. You told me it's not too far.
It's right around the corner and the first body of water, and you're there. And I don't know. I mean, Tiptoe's not real tall, but at the same time, that I've seen the creeks go dry.
See, that's what.
We're gonna look at the evidence presented by Justice for Kyle. It's the pictures of his wallet. His pictures are way too pristine. You take a photograph, put it in a tub, and come back in 24 hours and tell me how your photograph is looking. Now give it 44 years and tell me how that photograph's going to look.
Right, it's going to be warped. It's going to be wet.
Plastic.
Yeah.
So it's been submerged for 44 years.
Well,
it's
that's another
his
question.
Body is gone. Of course, it's going to deteriorate a photograph. So, and it's not.
So here's my question. Here's my question, Elizabeth, about that. As you're explaining it, it's bringing me into a thought that if all that had happened and you could have just seen it and there's been droughts, then was that car put there later by someone else? That's the question.
Absolutely. That's what everyone here's saying. It hadn't been there we're not saying it wasn't found there, because obviously it was. But
Right.
it had not been there.
Right.
This bed of water.
Not in that bed of water. It wouldn't have been. No.
And it's kind of had a smashed down top, and you got to remember auto parts. He would take cars, cut them up, and sell the parts in Atlanta, Montgomery,
Exactly.
He was the scrupulous little fellow.
Wow, this guy was.
I don't think it's the first time he probably did something.
No, it's not the first time he killed somebody. It couldn't
He
be.
gets out of Ray Hyde gets out of the Navy. He goes, not even 21 yet. He goes to work, normal job, first and only normal job. And don't make it. He ends up in prison for stealing. And
No.
comes out of prison in a couple of years and has run this
Seemed like a nice guy.
auto thing. So, and that's where he was.
Why did all the trash get everything?
The man that was owed money, that he owed the man money, and Hyde was getting the money for this bigger man. And,
Right.
you know, either who, this family of Kyle's, he does have an aunt, I know, his mother's sister,
Mm-hmm.
who, and cousins, so they're still pursuing. They were, now, this is what it says on the page, and so I can't say for certain, but it, you know, I don't see these people have any reason to lie about anything.
No, I don't.
The body was, you know, when the body was located, you'd think it'd be a courtesy of the sheriff's department to call the family, and we have found Kyle's remains.
Right.
I mean, we're calling. No, they don't. They call this man's son and tell him the remains have been located. What? Well, that sounds fishy right there. There's the concern that the Crook County Sheriff for 40 years did something to keep it under. The woman died. All of a sudden, poof, here he is. After 44 years, he just pops out of the water over here. No, he wasn't there 44 years. That Ray Hyde has probably moved that body 2 or 3 times. You know, he even says during the court papers, it stated that he told him that he put it in concrete, did something to the car, and then a year later digs the body up and does something else with it, puts it somewhere else. I feel like he took a backhoe, smashed the car down, and probably buried it.
Man.
There's so many bones. You know, there's so... And will they ever find out the truth? If they keep insisting upon it, they might. But I'm also at question if he's drinking or driving or drunk or tired, and he's coming down a back road to go to Auburn.
That don't make
Out of
sense.
the way. He
Yeah.
goes off and he drowns. This would be an Alabama state
Yes.
trooper.
Yeah.
That would belong to the state.
Right.
It's their jurisdiction.
It's their dish. Yes.
And being in Chambers, it'd be Chambers County Sheriff
Exactly.
jurisdiction.
Exactly.
And if it's an accident, it's their jurisdiction. If
Right.
it's a homicide,
It's their jurisdiction. Yes.
I'll give you a case in point. We talked about Miss Elizabeth Spence.
Exactly.
Still don't know who did it. And you know why they don't really do too much here?
Well, we
Because
kind
the
of know.
body, though, went missing from here, was located in Montgomery.
In a different. Yep. And
So
another one.
here we say, well, we can't do anything, even though she went missing from here, because it's in the jurisdiction of Montgomery where the body was found.
Exactly.
Well, that's fact. Because
There
I
you
don't
go.
know, y'all
There you
can
go.
come riding up through here and take it off. And,
Somebody don't want to do their job down there.
you know, that's just a considerate courtesy, you know, I guess. I don't know, but how is that considered courtesy for the victim, the victim's family, and the victim's friends, and the whole community? Now, y'all you let people go out of the court for dumping bodies that were over here, we found over here. He didn't do it here, but it's found here. And you let him go after 7 years of waiting for trial. And now you got this guy over here who obviously they say killed him, but now the body's over here. Well, y'all need to be figuring out who brought it from here to here.
Yep.
You know, it never states that. And it could not have possibly been in that creek for 44 years.
No, it wasn't. And they know. They know this. They're coming up with excuses. Oh, man.
They got it.
Well, we got to get ready to take a break. I said we got to get ready to take a break here. We'll come back and talk more about this and a few other things with Elizabeth Sarles, our guest this morning. She is the author of The Birthday Bash, ladies and gentlemen, a book about her brother's unsolved homicide. And we are talking about one of the biggest true crime homicide cases that has connected 2 counties and different areas and different days and times. We'll talk more about Kyle when we come back, get a little bit more on that, and then get other things that's going on with Elizabeth. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Stay right there.
Woo-wee. I did good. I can't read it no more. There's too much to talk about.
Hey, that's what it is. But they, at least we're getting it out there.
Yeah, I hope that they'll check out that page. I mean, because I think the more followers they get, the more heat will be put on the topic at hand.
Way to go, buddy.
Woo-hoo. lot on there. So, you can read it real quick and be done with the whole thing and have gotten a whole lot of information you did not know.
And them good old boys, them good old boys think that they can just do anything to protect what they steal from somebody, and they have every right to do so, and their family thinks they have every right to do so. And then when the law says it isn't, they take and put the body somewhere else so they can say, well, he didn't do it really because the guy drove off. It doesn't make sense. I mean,
no, it really doesn't. To me, it's like they're just trying to make it worse instead of make it better.
They just want to make it.
This sheriff could have been the sheriff 40 years ago, so I don't care what the previous sheriff did. He didn't do his job. That's going to be corrected here. I'm going to do my job. So eventually, one sheriff needs to stand up.
Yep.
Like Donnie Turner. Donnie Turner, when he was sheriff, he pursued it. But then the next sheriff didn't. I don't think that Harlan.
You're digging the tunnel trying to get. Hogan.
Maybe a little before. Well, before Ray High died, so that was 2001. So just 20 years. So. I believe it should be studied a little harder and give this family a little more. Instead of putting it on social media and calling the subjects who's been accused.
Well, it's as long as we get it out there, they'll know. I mean, people are going to sit there and say every they want to say everything because they just don't want somebody to look bad. But the guy killed him over in his place, had him hid in his we already know, anybody with intelligence knows that this Ray Hyde killed him, crushed his car, and had him hidden there on his property for a number of years. And then when he died, somebody in the family decided to move the body because they didn't want it on there anymore.
That fall back on his son.
Yep.
Someone did the move, and they stayed on that place that they know. The driver, the tow truck, and win. And they've not stated that. I think it's we know who you are. Don't make us say it.
Exactly. All right, we're coming back.
Be careful with that. Okay.
Welcome back into the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Red Bricks is in with us this morning. Said he's trying to dig a hole to escape before Warden Ryan's gets up. Well, Hogan. There he goes. I gotta say, Matt. Everybody, thank you guys for being with us this morning. We'll get the final results of our poll question after this in just a few moments. When we're back here with Elizabeth Sarles, she's the author of The Birthday Bash, 37 minutes past the hour, by the way, guys, and the book about her brother's unsolved homicide. And we've been talking about this Kyle story. This story has just been so unusual, and they got a Facebook out about it, a Facebook page out. They seem to know who they think might have been the driver. To me, it's time to start saying, come on, we know that this kid's body has been hidden on Ray Hyde's property for years. And just as soon as Hyde dies, none of the rest of the family want to deal with it. So they move the body off of there so they don't get in trouble because they took over his business and everything. So, I mean, really and truly, we'll never know why he killed Kyle. But, even if Kyle did know about some of his dirty money, most everybody around there knows about dirty money. I think there's a little bit more to it than just knowing about the dirty money and the dirty dealings, because most of the people probably in that Moose Lodge at that time were doing the same thing. So, and
there was stuff that goes on that you just don't say.
Yeah.
To quote Jimmy Earl Jones, there's some things that go on that you just don't say.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing about it is people shouldn't be doing it. People shouldn't be doing wrong to try to make a living. I don't know how people like this Ray Hyde could be a criminal, have everything in his life, and take the life of an innocent young man who was just trying to work his way through college and keep his body on his property. And then when he dies, okay, we don't want to have anything to do with this. Let's get the property off of here. And because we've got money, we're gonna pay everybody off to say, oh, that's where it was. We got to start doing what's right. And that's what this whole story sounds like to me. That all I get is this young man was murdered just because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He heard something wrong and he was murdered for it. And his body and his car has been kept over there on this man's property and no one did a damn thing about it. And then when the perpetrator dies, they want to get the body off the land because, it's more important for me to have this money that my dad stole from somebody, these thieves. So that's the moral of the story. Losers bringing up losers, bringing up losers. Even though they got money, they're still losers.
I know that Chambers
Bubbers
are sisters. They're sister counties,
Yep.
I mean, technically, I think like Chambers would be the little sister of Truth.
I want to look into that.
So, the ties between Truth and Chamber are deep. And so, as well as with Lee County and, surrounding counties, each is their own jurisdiction. You got different jurisdictions in jurisdictions, and then you got the sheriff, and you got the state police. Well, they didn't do nothing here. They just handed it over there. And if that's the case, well, Montgomery needs to give us a list of spends so we can solve it.
Yep.
Because they're not, I mean, if you want to get away with something, though, you do something. And a lot of bodies do get dumped here. I know that because we've covered many cases of people whose loved ones come from Atlanta but end up over in a Popewood, field and down a dirt road.
Exactly.
Chambers.
Exactly. And there's a lot of bodies that go missing. And
quit doing that, We don't like that.
Yeah, we already got enough bodies there.
They already know nothing's going to get done about it. I don't like that either.
Yep.
We need to do something about it.
You guys got enough over there already. You got enough dead bodies over there already.
I mean, we already got our own over here.
We got our own. We're taking care of our own over here. But anyway,
we do have the new sheriff.
Right.
And
I heard about that.
We're waiting I'm waiting to see exactly how things go.
Okay.
If it changes or if it gets better or don't or it stays the same, we'll find out. I mean, we've really not had anything exciting for him, to have to go after so far this year. We do have one. We do have one case that of Chambers County. It was in April. April this year. Donna Watkins, 41 years old,
Okay.
was found off the train tracks, hit by a train, right here in Casita.
Okay.
Kind of like, 2-3 miles from where Kyle was found. And that's about 1,000 yards from my own home because I live right next to the railroad.
Right.
Main railroad. So
Okay.
it's a little.
Casita, Alabama.
It doesn't really matter who this person is. So right now it's an accident.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to know that family very well with her.
Okay.
This month actually is the anniversary or memorial, we would call it, of my brother.
Right.
He was. This month would be 16 years.
Wow.
He didn't die until July, but he
Right.
never regained consciousness, so we lost him 16 years ago this month.
Right.
On his birthday. And so my niece has now lost her mother and her father to her father. She's explained, I don't want to happen to my mother what has happened with my father's case. Being that this is her mother, my niece's mother, my brother's wife, and I want to make sure that it's known that I'm not positive. It's really the truth of the whole matter is, and I'm going to give you a fair note. She's found on the side of the track, 10:40 a.m. before lunch.
Okay.
Okay, and that's all that's known. You're not knowing
Wow.
what happened, accident, was she okay?
Right.
It was my niece that starts contacting me, hey, my mom, and blew me away because we live right here. We already knew something had happened on the track. We knew it.
Right.
I mean, obviously. It comes because it's on the tracks. You have a whole new jurisdiction and authority that you better know about.
Right.
Because they have full authority over the tracks.
Right.
21,000 miles of tracks that CSX well
Right.
Job, they're on it and smart and have the capability. Their job is to prove the train's not at fault. I understand that, and I don't believe it is. I believe, the story is, he told the daughter, the person that was with her, they were staying in the backyard right on the tracks here behind someone's house.
Okay.
And he woke me up after dark, said she was going to go walk the dog. Okay. The little white dog. And then 10:40, he's running his old 911. She's been hit by a train. He sticks to this story. He did say at one point to my niece that he'd seen the video and saw her running toward the train. Okay. The CSX, of course, I know has video. They have to. I mean, they really do in 2024.
Right.
On the majority of their locomotives. And so, of course, yes, they did get a view. And what they saw, she was laying there when the train went over, pushed her over, and so was a little white dog. Okay, wait a minute. Number one, I ran away on the railroad tracks. Yeah, sorry, please don't arrest me or find me, but back when I was a teenager.
We're going to do that.
It's dark.
Right.
It's dangerous.
It is.
There's rocks that I call them ankle breakers.
Right.
Step on them wrong, it'll roll your whole, and then you're not going to land anywhere soft on those rocks.
Nope.
And wood.
Nope.
There's no lights. There's no sound. It's black. You're not going to get up and take a dog walking on a railroad track in the middle of the night. I'm just saying.
Don't make sense.
I mean,
No.
No logical person, unless they're on drugs, maybe.
Maybe on drugs, yeah.
Okay. Now, train seats are just laying there. But what gets me is the dog's laying there too. Okay, you got a train coming at you and you're unconscious, you're doped up, or you want to kill yourself. So the dog did too. The dog was doped up, wanted to kill itself, or was he unconscious, or was they both dead already? I don't know, but my niece is devastated. And she's lost both of her parents. And Beth, I've lost both of my parents, and it's not fair. And that goes back to the family of Lois and John Cleanscale.
Right.
No, it isn't fair.
No, it's not.
I know other victims, children, who've lost both parents and such things.
Exactly.
No, it isn't fair. I can't say what has happened. It could take months before we get autopsy and toxicology and whether she was dead before she was on the track. But I say that there's one clue in this, and that's the dog. Why would a dog with a train coming at it? Oh, yeah, by the way, like I said, I live here. I actually saw the train go by that morning. Smoke my cigarette, drink my coffee. I'm going back in. I waited for it to go by. If there was something on that track, that train should have honked. It would have. I hear it honking when it might be a dog or something on there. Honk, honk. You can't miss it. They must have missed seeing her, but the camera picked it up.
Right.
I was just laying there. The dog's just laying there is really perplexing to me. It means the dog was not awake or dead. I mean, it was already dead.
Exactly.
Why the dog too?
Well, Elizabeth, another great month of getting information out to the public and talking about this. Tell everybody how they can follow you, how they can get your book and Homicide page and all that good stuff.
Well, you can find me on Facebook, Elizabeth May Sorrells. You can email me, thebirthdaybash@yahoo.com. I'd be happy to send you a book if you like one. You can find the book online, I'm sure. Easy to pretty much find. I would send you a copy if you like one. Just send me a message or an email and I'll let you have one. I appreciate everyone listening, your audience. I appreciate you, Ryan. I appreciate the opportunity. And I'm always grateful for another chance to sit down and let y'all listen to me gab on and on about that. It's a gift.
It is a gift. It is a gift.
Talk to y'all. It really is. And I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all.
Well, we appreciate doing it for the families out there of the victims and saying their names, because Nobody else will, and we will. We'll have Elizabeth back again next month for another Unsolved Homicide in Small Town USA. Maybe solved or unsolved, but we'll have her back again. Back in a moment. Christopher said he'd love a copy of that. So what is your email address again?
It's the birthday bash, all little letters pushed together, at yahoo.com.
The birthday bash at yahoo.com, Christopher, and she'll be happy to send you one. Back in a moment. All right, Elizabeth, great as always.
We did it. I appreciate you. Never know what I'm going to be talking about next month. But
Never know. Well, Red Brick says bye. They're all saying bye to you from the feed.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
All right, we'll talk to you again next month.
All
right. Bye. Yeah, the birthday bash at yahoo.com. You can send her over your information. She'll send you a copy. She's got a few books left. I always love having Elizabeth on because it's always great information. Now, that one you said, share, I want to look into that David Schultz. I want to look into that David Schultz. A truck driver that went missing the day before Thanksgiving. They searched the area and couldn't find him. Louisiana Cajun search team came up and searched. They found his body in a field in April, a mile from the truck where they already searched on foot and drones. Oh, man. Yeah, somebody killed him in one place and took his body somewhere else, Cher. I'm going to look into that. I like to look into that. If you guys got any ideas of some stuff to look into like that, shoot me an email. It's in this page here, but it's 99classicrock@gmail.com. 99classicrock@gmail.com. We want to say people's names and make the weak that kill them cry. We're going to make all the Jeffrey Dahmers and Ted Bundys cry. And all the Crooks cry. All the Mayor Cheeseburgers cry. Well, they're getting up and down. They know it's getting close to time to shut down, Matt. Hey, you'll never find out about Jimmy Hoffa either. Woo, that blues is coming up this weekend on Sunday night on the network. Yeah, there you go. Blues Time in the City. Rogine Bailey, always with us here on the network. Been with us for several years, too. Now, coming up at the top of the hour, we got Sustainable Brown Girl. We'll follow that up with Novola, and then we'll have Raven in Real Life and the Hannah Hadan show. There you go. Say it right. And that's going to be coming up from 10 to noon today. It's Women Power Radio. And then at 12 noon, it's the sports line, best sports lineup in the business. 12 to 2 is going to be the Rob Peterson show. 2 to 3 is going to be the Sports Beat, Richard Holdridge. And 3 to 5, Braves Country Radio and the best of the day. And then we'll have Rick Smith start at 5 o'clock, and we'll have evening shows. Yeah, the extra innings sports in the evening for you. And our friends from VSIN Radio is with us as well, part of the network. Benton. Your name is Benton, ain't it? Have you been doing live on? Nope, not been doing live for 7 years at all. Listener takeover towards the end of the hour here. Nope, just started live a few months back. If I'd been doing it for 7 years, I should be making money on it. Nope, just started it, Matt. Thank you, Christopher, saying great show. I appreciate that, my friend. Tomorrow is going to be the Friday show. We should have a guest either, And I know we're going to have a sports guest coming on in a couple weeks talking about a golf tournament here in the area. But tomorrow's Friday, TGIF. We're going to get ready for the UFL championship game on Saturday. We'll talk a little wrestling for the weekend for URW, some SmackDown. Also, it won't be much. We'll probably do a recap for you soap opera fans tomorrow. I don't know. And we'll do all the news that is the news tomorrow. And it's a TGIF Friday. We try to keep Friday a little fluffy and happy going into the weekend because we're popping the weekend there and we're doing things. Of course, I work almost every day, but I'm just not on the air on the weekends. But still, I like to end my Friday shows a little bit more positive. And we'll talk UFL football and hopefully have Game 3's winner tomorrow. I'm hoping to see the Panthers beat the Oilers again tonight. But I know there's a lot of Oilers fans out there. I think the only people in Canada not cheering for the Oilers right now are Flame fans. And when the Boston Celtics take on the Mavericks again, it's over for them. If Boston wins, I know people don't like it, but if Boston wins, hey, what the heck? They're saying there's no line. How's it in use? Hello? The phone line isn't in use. All right, now it's not. Sorry about that, guys. My phone was not working. Then it started working. But the Oilers Panthers night, 8 p.m. TNT. We'll tell you probably Boston's going to win. Not if the Trollers don't like you. They demonize you instead of you're probably right. Good morning. Hello? Hello? Can I help you?
Calling from Healthcare Benefits. How are you?
I'm doing good. What kind of benefits you got for me? Got some extra money? Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah? Hey, you got some
Yes.
Okay. What kind of extra money do you have for me?
Like it's cashback rewards up to $900 every month to spend on your nutrition foods when you receive your fresh start.
They told me I couldn't get that because I had Aetna. So you going to give it to me?
Yeah, no problem. You have access.
Oh, brother, you're cool. You know what? Everybody else is idiots.
By the
You're
way,
cool.
what's your age now?
I'm 40 something, man. I'm in my 40s. I'm below 50.
That's perfect. So, may I know, are you still working now or you're retired?
Yeah, I'm working, man. I'm slave to the grind.
Okay, and what's your yearly income of 2024? Like it's down to 15,000 or 20,000?
Way probably between them.
Estimatedly.
Yeah, in between both of them, really low.
Can you give me the figure? Like it's how much?
15 to do. Yes, 15 to do.
15,000. That's perfect. And may I know your zip code over there, please?
It's 30263 in the Georgian market right here in Atlanta, man. We're in Atlanta.
I got you.
You got all my money. Now, will you go ahead and send me my money over?
Yeah. Just hold on.
Come on now. We got to get.
Just hold on.
Hold on. I can't hold on too longer. I got people.
United Care, how are you?
Oh, I can't get no. I'm not changing health care. I just want to get the free money.
I didn't hear you.
I said, I just want to get the free money. I don't want to change no health care or talk to anybody.
Well, you have to, if you want a free money, with the subsidy card, you have to.
Nope. Goodbye. He didn't want to get my free money. Everybody else trying to get my free money. And I would have shared that $900 a month with all my brothers out there, even the ones that's making millions. Dadgummit. Brothers and sisters out there. What's up, Gail? It's about time you showed up. You've been late every day. We're getting ready to get out of here. All right. Gail and the Zoo Crew. Share. You went and found her. I'm glad you did. One of the OGs, too. Gail's one of the OGs. All right, the Gold Diggers beat the Bucks 9-7 last night. The Blues over the Aviators. Aviators over the Blues 7-3 in the Sunbelt. And the Cannons over the Monsters 10-7. The first loss for the Monsters. The Wild Things in Atlanta did not play last night, rescheduled there. All right, that's all we got going on. No, you didn't tell him that you're an illegal immigrant. I know, he would have gave me more money, wouldn't he? I'm going to tell him that next time he calls. All right, we're going to close out the poll as we get ready to head out of the show. The poll question this morning is, since we talked to, and Gail, did you miss Elizabeth? The poll question this morning is, when playing the game Clue, which of these weapons did you guys find the most? Let's go ahead and close it out. Coming in number 1 is the pistol with 38%, candlestick at 33%, lead pipe and dagger both tied at 14% of the votes this morning. Matt said, I'm broke. I went to McDonald's yesterday. I realized I had 0.5 cents in my account. Wow. That's more than what I got in mine. You can afford a nickel candy. Remember they used to have the nickel candy way at the bottom in front of the register? You got the candlestick, Gail, have you? There you go. All right, we get out of here. Stay tuned, guys. We got much more. Tomorrow's a Friday show. We're going to have a good time on Friday. It's TGIF, and we appreciate every one of you guys being with us. We need to get those RyanORadio Penitentiary shower curtains made and sold. And the bobbleheads. Back in a moment. Back tomorrow. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Penny candy. That's right. If we had the penny candy, you know how much of that penny candy you could get back in the day, share with 5 cents? Oh, my God. Some of it would break your teeth, but hey. Bye, guys. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. See you, 12. See you, Christopher, Matt, Cher. Gail, it took your time to come on. Sweetleaf was like, about time you came on. Now you can't say hello to him. Too Fate. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Sorry to hear that. I pray that your tooth does get feeling better in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. All right, brothers and sisters, we appreciate you being with us on this Thursday morning. We'll get back tomorrow, and I'm giving you a little extra right now just to say hello. Whole face hurts. Ooh. In the name of Jesus Christ, we pray that Gail's whole face starts clearing up and feeling better. We know that with a toothache, how much that is, HE double hockey sticks, Lord. Please help this lady out as she continues to move forward and get it taken care of. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. No, got to work. Don't have time to go to lunch. My lunch is going to be a banana and some crackers. So, yep. Do another show in the afternoon. I'd love to do another show in the afternoon. Is it a 2-story or not? I'm not gonna make fun of toothaches. That's the worst thing in the world. I'd rather Red punch me in the face and give me a black eye than have a toothache. Now, maybe not Red, but somebody else. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Good morning.
Hey, are we still on YouTube?
Well, yeah, we're still on YouTube. And
okay. You got me on speaker?
I got you on speaker, Angela Polanis. You still on YouTube.
Yeah. So you got your 10 o'clock show in?
Yeah, everything's ready to go. we are. It's automated today. We'll be live tomorrow. We're all live shows, but these are live shows too. But they're sent to me. But yeah, we're doing an after show on like we did we did it an hour last week, but we had a lot of people on. But I was about to go, but Andrew called, so she's going to probably talk.
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
They said I need to do an afternoon show. Christopher said.
Yeah, I'd like to see Ryan do an afternoon show and an evening show. Basically, because I would be curious to see the numbers.
I think how
many people would watch, and especially on YouTube, because it's a different
bonus
time
show,
zone
yes.
everywhere.
Well, the thing about it is, I think that if I went mid mornings, which I already got shows on here, but if I went mid mornings from 9 to 12, we'd have a lot more people watching. But maybe afternoon drive too. Gail says, "Hey, Andrew, congratulations on the new grandbaby."
Thank you, Gail. I heard Ryan giving you a hard time for being late today.
We give her a hard time all the time.
Tuesday.
She got a toothache. I had to pray for that. I hate toothaches.
See, that's what happens when you become an OG.
That's what happens when you become an OG. Her and Cher are the OGs.
Yeah, Gail's been watching you ever since you got started, just about.
Yep, and so is Cher.
Cher too, yeah.
They started with us.
Devoted. Ryan's got some devoted fans.
Well, they watched us when you were on the show with me.
I remember them.
Yeah. Arrest anyone with a political stickers on their bumpers, Matt.
So I missed Elizabeth. What did she talk about today?
The Kyle Klink scale, where the kid was worked in Troup County going to Auburn, and he got killed over there at this Ray Hyatt's place, and then his car.
I remember he's the guy that was missing for a long time, and he got found in Chambers County.
No, actually, he was killed over there, but his car was found over there in a lake where anybody and their brother would have found that car in the last 44 years.
Oh yeah.
Neither one. No acids or shrooms, but shrooms are safer for you, Possum 16.
You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like the criminals are trying to play chess with the police.
They are. They think they're the guy from Boardwalk Empire.
Well, what's going to happen when, this happened way back a long time ago. What's going to happen when all these people are dead? They don't even know anything about it.
Well, we'll be better off with all those people dead, because what's the scumbag? The scumbag that killed him was a man that went to jail, didn't have any kind of education, started up a business got into a business where he was crushing cars and all that kind of stuff, had all this money, part of the Moose Club. This loser had everything. And because he was afraid this kid was going to talk about him conning people, he killed him.
Oh, that's the theory anyway.
That's the theory. Well, I think it was a little bit more than that, though.
That's kind of what they concluded after looking at all the facts and evidence. They kind of put it together. That's the thing about being a cop and investigating.
I don't got anything on President.
You're actually working the situation in reverse.
He's still eating ice cream, Gil.
You have to know how to think in reverse to solve crime.
Exactly.
Because you get there.
Yes, you police are smarter than they are.
By the time the detective gets there, it's a dead body and a bunch of evidence. And they have to put all that together to find one person.
See, the problem is all these criminals and these idiots think that they're Al Capone, which means they think they're as smart as Al Capone, but half of them don't even have GEDs, and the cops already know who's done it.
Most of the time,
they already found them and put them in jail. How'd you find me? How'd you find me?
With something like that in a small town, you have to be a part of what's called a ring, R-I-N-G.
Yep.
A ring of people, that kind of control a little area.
Yep.
But if you're not, and even then, there's a chance you can get caught because they call the FBI in, you're through. Ring or no ring, you know. But the little small towns, like Chambers County, Alabama.
Yeah, Chambers County. Good old boy system.
Where there have been a lot of murders that have gone unsolved. And
until Ryan came around.
The file is so thick now that we could have 2 or 3
And smack down on them.
if they turned it into a miniseries.
It could be a miniseries. What you just said is 100% true.
Yeah, and I'd start with Elizabeth's book, Birthday Bash.
Well, somebody's going to get one.
I turned it into a movie.
Well, one of our listeners is going to get her to send him one of her books. So he's going to get to read it.
I would send a few to the radio station signed as well, because it would help me. I'm going to try to talk to someone at Netflix and someone at Lifetime.
Well, let's see if we can get that.
Well, see, all these, you got Paramount Plus.
Now that was a phone ringing, Matt.
You've got the Peacock one. They're all, they have their own networks you can subscribe to, but then they do their own originals also. So there's so many options to take Elizabeth's book and all of her files and create a little movie or a mini series or something. The first season could be about Birthday Bash, and then the second season, could be. It means to be good. HBO could pick it up, make it an HBO original. So and just think, if HBO turned it into an original, it would look very different from an original. Lifetime would take the same story.
Right.
See? And there's a chance you can get deals with both because their spin on it's going to be so different that it would work, But I would start with Birthday Bash.
I told you guys we're both going to get
you could literally create
both
a mini-series
both
or
people that were arrested and convicted were going to be convicted.
Out of all
Found guilty on charges, but tonight
I don't know if American Horror Story people have heard about Elizabeth or not.
Yeah, they would just that would be good to do that. They would turn it into some kind of it wouldn't work.
Well, they're a little too far left and too far right.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about.
I would want somebody a little bit more down the middle.
Yeah, I'm not talking about them being political or anything. I'm just saying they would turn it into ghosts and goblins and zombies and vampires.
Yeah.
And that's not what.
It would be hard for me to think they could add the seriousness that something like this would need.
Right.
You know what I mean? You would need somebody that's done these things before, and
that's right.
They understand the seriousness, and they can bring, like, when you sit down and you hit play or you sit down in the theater and you watch it, it's an authentic representation of what actually happened.
Right. All right. Well, I'm gonna get off this page, guys. We'll be back here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we appreciate you guys tuning in to us.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Let's go ahead and hit that. Hit OK. There we go.